YouTube land. Kage here again, and we've got Games Roundup episode number 9, uh, which is the fun, the frantic, and the faulty. Because quite frankly, we've got a lot of it. We got a lot of all of it. I have with me today Zaxtor,
Hey, how's it going?
and Mellow, and we've got a bunch of games for you guys.
Hope everybody's doing well out there
Well, that
tonight.
would be a whole lot of fun, I think. All right,
Yeah.
just we just grab something here, and we will get this thing haze gray and underway. All right, I gotta. And then there. That's not what I wanted. Not exactly. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Sorry, we're still having a little bit of difficulty with the setup, but we are actually getting it all worked out now.
Good evening, Andre. Andrew, sorry.
All right.
How you doing, Andrew?
Hey, Andrew, what's going on? How's everything going for you? All right, let me grab Steam here. All right. Let's start with some of the more interesting stuff today. Um, I don't know what we've got for a "Where's the Fair Use" segment aside from one of the streams I did here a couple of days ago, getting zapped. Uh, we watched a trailer during the stream on Wednesday afternoon, and come to find out that they got about 4 hours worth of monetization out of the stream. They did. They hit it with a copyright. They hit it with a content ID and said, "Yeah, you can still use that, but we're taking all your money. Not
Seems like
all
we're
of it. We want it all
Real
from
nice of
you.
them.
You're making money off of our stuff. We're gonna get it." Uh,
seems like we're going over where's the fair use every week
well,
now.
it seems like it's from what I hear, some people seem to like it. So if we've got a story, then we do something with it. Mellow is actually Mellow's actually thanking his thanking his little bitty stars that he gets to uh, that it's not his backside on the block this time,
I'm real happy.
as they people so there are some folks that have been picking on him for a while now. Not the least of which have been digital homicide. Speaking of digital homicide, we should probably slag them off for a few minutes, shall we? Yep, for it, gents.
I guess.
Okay. So, as you all may or may not have heard, a week ago, a little over a week ago, actually, around about the 12th, they got 5 games greenlit out of freaking nowhere, and and we didn't actually know why until we actually took it until we got a better look at it. In the meantime, they have released not one, not two, not three, but 4 additional games to greenlight, and I'm gonna grab a window here, and we're gonna poke our noses into that just a little bit. All right, here, watch the crockett squirrel for a little while. All right, and here is the magic object. You pull that over just a little bit. So, here are the general stats for games that get played. They have their release schedule is the releases have been kind of scattered out for a while. But you're starting to see there's April the 28th, again on May 12th. So we're looking at a par of about 1 to 2 weeks in between in between green light sets. Now, the general rule is that you want to get to the average top. You want to get into the top 100. Although they've been known to take as many as 500 and kind of sort through them quite often. In fact, this is the only release this month, May the 12th, was 201 games. Okay,
Jesus.
so we only have one instance where they did something like that. So let's have a look, shall we? All right, I won't bother doing that. So go to 100. Go to 100 links, or go to display 100. If you will look here, at number 94, there is the Decimation of Oloroth. Number 91, Gnarltooth's Revenge. And if we actually, let's just click on their little face here and see if that does. It just tells me who it was. Okay, so observe. Okay, so here we have all of the games they have on, including their most recent edition, Not in My Crapper. We'll take care of that in the green light segment at the end. All right, so we've got Gnarltooth's Revenge, The Decimation of Oloroth, Withering Kingdom, Flurry of Arrows, The Adventures of Hooflong Dung, Operation Valstrike, Assault on Orion 7, Reginald's Nightly Duties, The Extra Large Testicle, Bombing Run, Heavy Fire, Temper Tantrum 2, Coastal Carnage, and Grimm's Journey, all in the top 200. Okay, every one of these has far more negative votes than they have positive votes. Every one.
Then how are they getting greenlit, and how do they keep streaming into Steam?
Okay, watch. If you look over these, you'll see that most of them, at least the ones this is the top 100 again. Most of these have more upvotes than down. Newell, 333 days, 5,468 up, down 4,480. However, if you keep going down this list, and the list is a little sparse this week. You will discover. See, here's one that has more upvotes and downvotes, but it's really close. Balls Kicking Simulator 2016. I know I saw a few. Here we go. Island Light, 2,537 upvotes, 6,794 downvotes. This is actually here's another one. The Return of Red Riding Hood. 2,300 upvotes, 2,320 downvotes. These things, they do actually happen. All that really seems to matter is what their actual ranking is, not how and the total number of votes. Here we go. Evil Rider, 1,639 upvotes, 7,056 downvotes. It's number 51. There's some more of them here, I'm sure. That one's real close. But there was one game that I saw. Oh, here we go. Abrams Tank, 1,080 upvotes, 4,395 downvotes. Number 80. Where's the next one? Packfire multiplayer online shooter, 996 up, 1,197 down.
Is this a situation where downvoting a greenlight game actually helps it get on Steam?
That's what it. Honestly, if I had to hazard a guess, I'd say that's what it looks like. It's that the total number of votes are counted in terms of how popular a game is. Because there are actually some games further down that have more votes, but
wow,
you're still looking at And another thing you're looking at is traffic patterns. I have no idea what their little algorithm is, but this is actually I just pulled this list. Just pulled this list. You watch me pull it. Okay, okay. That's the top 100. That includes decimation of Olaroth, um, and Gnarltooth's Revenge. Both of which have more downvotes than upvotes, but it's not quite as lopsided as say Six Nights at Susie's, which is still in the top quarter.
Right.
So let's go. Let's move on to the next set. There you go. Square Master, 525 up, 3,518 down. There was a game that was greenlit at one point, um, fairly recently, I think. That was more than that was 95, 90 or 95% negative votes, and it was greenlit.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Then the negative votes, these green light games that people are negative voting, it almost seems like their negative voting is helping that game get greenlit,
Well, I don't.
I think
which
this
makes
is
no
just a
sense
proof
to
of
me.
the quality control Greenlight has.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's the case or if it's just one of those things where they don't, where the algorithm is kind of mucked up based on the number of views or something. Because something is not right here.
Well, they may not care how many negative votes a game gets. They may only care how many positive votes, and they say, okay, well, if we can, sell 100 copies of this game, if there's 100 or 200 people interested in this game, we're going to put it up because that's money.
Actually, you know what, Max? I think you might be onto something. Take a look.
I don't think
Look at the number of
yeah,
positive votes.
negative votes probably don't do anything. Probably just the positive votes, and they go, you know what, we could sell potentially this many copies of the game.
Okay, look at this. 751, 753, 7... Yeah, that's it. They're only taking the upvotes.
Negative votes doesn't do a game any harm.
It
It's
can't be
only
because I'm looking at a game that's only gotten 130 upvotes and 381 downvotes, and it was greenlit and only 862 views.
Wow.
right.
So that's the only thing we've got that actually makes sense then. I mean, every upvote, the upvotes do count, but it's based on the number of votes that a particular game has gotten over what period of time. And it seems like there's also there's also the bit about it seems like there's also a time modifier for this. A game might get greenlit because it's been sitting there for a year. Because that actually happened to another person I was talking to.
Digital Homicide now I think is made enough of a reputation for themselves that no matter what they put up, people are going to buy, whether it be to mock, to buy and criticize, or just to have to watch the nightmare as if you would. I mean, it seems like anything they have now, anything they put out is probably going to get greenlit.
The other thing is they're getting a lot of upvotes at this point simply because Jim Sterling isn't covering them. I mean, it's Wheelot and Sid Alpha doing the coverage at this point, at least as far as I can tell. Everybody else is saying, "Oh, ignore them; they'll go away." Unfortunately, they're not going to. And there's just no way that there doesn't seem to be a way to get them to go away.
Well, their games are getting to be where they're just cookie cutter games of other games they've already released.
We call them
Not only are they
project flips.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they're doing. They're grabbing a game that they've already made. They're putting some new assets in it and calling it a game. And I'm just, it's enough to floor me. It really is.
I mean, I know myself. I can't wait until the Slaughtering Grounds 2 comes out. I mean,
well, that's technically already on Greenlight because we have Operation Vile Strike.
Actually,
Vile
Strike isn't the same thing. It's not put together in quite the same way. So anyway, that pretty much covers that. All right, so why don't we get on to the fun part, which is going to be, we're gonna get on to the fun part. I'm gonna move this hangouty thing over here back over to the side so I can do the screen share for the guys, so they can watch it. They can watch while we do this. All right. Actually, just gonna share out. What did I do with it? Here somewhere. There it is. Just gonna do that because that's the only thing you guys actually need at this point.
Mm.
Okay, clicky here on me. Don't forget to queue your stuff up there, Mellow.
Yeah, I've got it
All
ready.
right, so that's the biggest part of the news this time. I'm sorry we didn't get any more, really a whole lot more, but we've been running our little butts off the last couple days. That we've got the pre E3 lull going on. So let's have a look. What does the magic box have for me today?
Hey, Nunya, welcome to the stream,
Hey,
man.
welcome aboard. How did you forget it was Friday? I want to know that. Somebody tell me. All right. Alrighty then. This is Tap Heroes, and I'm going to shrink that down a little bit so everybody can see all of it. Here we go. This is almost exactly what it sounds like, and you'll see in a moment what the whole thing is.
Why do I have a feeling that this is just going to be some sort of mobile port that doesn't take itself seriously?
Well, it did kinda. I actually talked about it for a couple minutes first. And this is a game I actually got from Zach. He sent me a copy of this game because he didn't have the time to do anything with it. So what you're seeing here is what you see is pretty much what we got. You click the little monster, shit dies, and it does its own attacks every once in a while. You can move back and forth across whatever bits and pieces you've got unlocked. It's really not a whole lot different from this. You can pick up additional heroes. Other than that, it's pretty much any other. It's almost any other standard clicker game. Not a lot to
Doesn't
not a
exactly
lot to say
look
here.
like much.
What?
Doesn't exactly look like much.
Well, it's not much. It's kind of like Sakura Clicker or Cookie Clicker. It's one of those where it's a really fun little waste of time, but it's not something that you want to like that you're going to spend a lot of time on. I mean, if you grab if you have 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, you can just sit down and play it while you're waiting for what the hell ever. So it's really not that big a thing. They've got some other stuff here. I forget what this was on Steam. I think it's like $4, $3 or $4.
What was it called again?
It's Tap Heroes.
Tap Heroes.
But for a sort of a popcorn game, I I honestly don't have any problems with it. It's actually not a bad game overall.
It's $1.99 on
Okay,
Steam. I'm not
so
sure what
it's
that is in
huh?
dollars. It's $1.99 on Steam. I'm not sure what that is in dollars.
About $3. Figure 1.5 to 1. Okay, it's a little, but as far as it goes, it's a little deeper than your average clicker game, though. And I'm trying to find some footage that will show you that, because they've actually got a little store here. You can buy heroes or come on, it'd take me that long to get to it. But yeah, one of the things they've got here is kind of this puppet show looking thing, which I
Now
found
that seemed to be quite a cool
it is
idea.
actually kind of a
Like for the
cool idea. They did have some fun with this, but you know, I think they probably could have done well. They might have done things a little differently. There's not really very many ways to screw this up though. So you know, start small, start simple. If it's your first game, don't go overboard. Oh, here's what I was looking for. You can actually buy upgrades for the characters. Um,
Oh, nice.
and they have different classes depending on power, speed, will for the warrior. The fighter has attack, heal, and crit.
Hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, you unlock more of them as you go along. I didn't invest a lot of time in it, simply because there really isn't an ending for this game. It's not something that you can just beat. But yeah, this is pretty much it. It's not huge. It's not horribly unhappy. It's just there, and it works for what it does. Oh, by the way, these guys here. This is actually your stats, I think. Um, and you can actually buy those up, or at least what you can add to them. Yep, click the thing, make it die, and there's a whole pile of little achievements that you can go through with this. Oh, nope. Okay, apparently I got it looks like I got a chunk of the next game set up. So
So do you want me to start with the?
uh, that's that one. All right. So let me yeah, go right ahead there, Mellow.
Right.
Do that here.
Should I leave the sound on? Is the sound coming in through the stream, or
Uh,
should I?
you can leave the sound on or off. The sound will go through the stream if you want to leave it. And this is the detention demo. If you want to leave the sound on, go ahead as long as you can talk over it.
I'm leaving a bit of sound on just so I can hear you guys. Detention is currently a game that's on green light. I'm not sure if it's been green lit or
No, but it's
not.
at number 2.
It's at
And
number
has been
2.
for
Okay.
several days.
So I'm assuming that it is going to be greenlit soon then. I'm assuming this game was made in Japanese, but then later translated into English, which you'll find out later because there was a few grammatical
This
errors.
is not, in fact, Japanese. It's Chinese.
Chinese.
Chinese looks a little different.
So,
I can automatically spot the difference. I know how.
mm, how long is that black screen on?
There we go. You drop your share dropped out.
Oh, did it?
Well, might be back now. Is it still playing?
1 sec, I'll stop the screen share and then screen share again. Is it back on?
Yes, there we go. I got it now.
Right. So it's just a normal every day in class. You fall asleep and then this happens.
Up and ask yourself if you fell asleep. That's been known. That's been known
Yeah.
to happen. Used to do that biology
He
class a
didn't know
lot.
he fell asleep himself. Basically, that writing on the board says that there was a typhoon alert.
Mhm.
So that instead of waking him, they just wrote him down on the board and saying, "Oh, he looks too peaceful. He can die in the typhoon if he wants." So, in case you didn't realize, this is a point-and-click horror game.
Which could be a lot. Which actually could be a
And
lot of fun.
yeah, well, usually when I play point-and-click horror games, I'm usually not a huge fan of it. But this game seems to get the right atmosphere of horror to a point-and-click game, which makes us like it.
Mm-hmm.
Can skip ahead a bit because I'm mainly just wandering around the class and having no clue what I'm doing.
It looks pretty cool, actually.
Well, and I gotta give them this aesthetic. This is the same thing they did with Nightmare on Azeroth, and it seems like
Mm.
it's appropriate, kind of the whole washed out textures thing. But mostly because it's consistent.
Oh yeah. I was just wandering around the school exploring for a bit. I'm not entirely sure what happens in
Some of these other places.
yeah, because I think I went back later and most of the doors were locked, like
Uh-huh.
that. Were all the doors locked or?
But right now you're out in the rain.
Yeah.
You don't have to use the restroom.
Hmm.
It's not the front gate. It's going to be that way.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was looking for the front gate though.
Well, apparently he was.
Basically, every door was locked. You also have a journal where you can keep all your notes in, and when you pick up clues, they're also stored into the journal of what happened.
By the way, if I remember correctly, this is supposed to be happening on Taiwan, uh,
I believe so, yeah.
from the 1940s, which would be about par for this particular with this particular film style. Color film
Yeah.
wasn't even really much of a thing at that point, so
Hmm. The animations for the characters also quite good.
the fluorescent bulbs are an anachronism. In the
Hmm.
1940s, you wouldn't have seen those, or at least you wouldn't have seen them commonly.
Hmm.
There's a hand crank.
It might just be a very rich school.
I would think. Fluorescent bulbs were not very common, actually. Mostly, for when they did have them, they were mostly used by the military. So,
Of course, I'm going to open it. There's no reason not to. I think I need a crank, and surprisingly enough, I had
yep.
one. What a
Yeah,
coincidence.
complete clinky dink. What do you think, Zach?
Zach?
Oh, Mr. Zaxtor. I think he ran off.
Or did he?
Sorry about that, man. I was back.
Okay. I was just kind of
Yeah, I
wondering
had a
what you
phone
were
call.
thinking of this here.
Oh, I like the art style in the game for sure. How is the gameplay though?
The gameplay, well, there wasn't really much trouble with it. It's basically just point and click. You point where you want to go, and he goes. Not much else
See,
to say.
How far did
there's
you
a
get?
second protagonist too. A girl from the
Oh, yeah.
same school. I think she's a protagonist. Is she actually playable, or you just talk to her?
Yeah, she's playable, but I'm not going to go into much more detail about that because I'll be going into spoiler territory.
Yeah, that's a thing with these games, though. That's the thing you have to watch out for when you're doing these is spoilers.
I think I'm going to cut the game off in about halfway point.
Well, it gives us a fair idea of how it's working anyway. So,
Yeah.
short shot back home to see the
Now this
auditorium.
demo is available for free, Mellow, or
The
Pardon?
demo is available for
that's
free,
The demo's available for free. It's public now.
and we actually got downloads from a different site. There's your female protag.
There's the female protagonist.
nice. Good night, Nunya.
My hand just doesn't work, sorry.
By the way, is the sound coming in okay through the stream?
Was she just giggling a moment ago?
No,
Hey,
Yeah, I'm not hearing any sound.
because I'm just hearing a ghastly wind blow through the game. I'm just
well,
wondering
turn it up.
if the stream's picking it up.
Turn it up and see if that helps.
How about that?
Yeah, I'm hearing something. Mostly, I'm hearing myself echo.
How about that?
Yeah, I'm hearing some sound.
Okay, good. Another person who
I think you
stopped
got
with the
some sound
typhoon.
fixing.
You tried to take away mine.
Blinkies.
I'm also quite pleased with the character art they've put on this.
She has some nice blinkies, but her mouth just opens and closes, and she says lots of stuff.
Hmm.
She says one syllable, and
Didn't mean
that's
to
it.
put that
So,
up. She said 3 syllables there. Basically, she's lost a necklace, and for some reason, she isn't going to leave without it.
Gotta be around here somewhere.
Hmm. Surprisingly, it didn't take much finding. I was trying to get down the stairs, but I needed to click on
Ah.
it.
Once it's an old military jacket, nothing special.
Yeah, I didn't know that that was the back door for exit.
Oh.
I thought that was a door to somewhere else.
Now we're gonna go backstage for a minute.
Yep. And guess what? There's the necklace.
What's it doing in there?
He can't reach it though. And I tried to use the paper to like get it out. You know that old paper trick where you put the object underneath and then pull it
Yeah.
out. I tried to use that, but apparently it's not applicable.
Umbrella. Ooh, that would work.
An umbrella.
It,
A conveniently placed umbrella backstage that I can use to get into the
well,
van.
you know, umbrellas wouldn't be all that hard to think. Wouldn't be that hard to think of when to grab something like that. When you really think about it, especially on somebody's backstage.
Yeah.
Umbrellas are actually a common accoutrement if you're doing drama stuff. So her day is saved! Yay! Hooray for Mellow!
Yay.
Yeah, storage room.
Wait, I just want to point out something a bit. Just because of the translation.
Yeah, it says there's vent
Where's Vent?
right about here. Where did you find it? In the storage room next to stage. There's vent.
There's Vent.
It seems like somebody dropped it in there. No, actually, missing particles, especially when you're talking about Chinese, not an uncommon thing.
Yeah.
For it, rain, cats, and dogs. Pluralities are also a thing that a lot of that Chinese and Japanese lack.
Yeah.
There's no special.
Which is usually quite a bit of an issue when it comes to translation.
Well, I've done a little bit of that, getting things cleaned up for other people's. And yeah, we do actually have that issue, especially with machine translations.
Hmm.
Because they'll take something literally and they'll put it in the same word order rather than something that sounds more natural.
So I've reached the campus exit from around here.
You know, I think it probably could be very creepy. Their knowledge and love.
Welcome to Stream Knowledge and Love.
Well, knowledge and love showed up immediately. Been there for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, K&L showed up almost immediately.
I like this sort of effect that they've done here with all the black and white set, and they make the blood on the river really stand out.
Yeah.
He wasn't thinking. He was thinking because he just jumped to the conclusion.
Well, actually, believe it or not, some mud flows can be red. A few factories located upstream, and that would be one.
Yeah, during a typhoon, the factory's biggest concern is getting rid of their toxic waste.
Of course, they're not going to fix the damn thing.
This game has that same kind of creepy feel, and I agree with Knowledge and Love. It kind of has that same creepy feel that you get with you guys, the game Limbo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kind of has that same kind of dark feel as that game, even though that's a kid, but it's kind of the same kind of gloomy feel.
You're breaking up there, bud.
Kill me or Zach.
Can you guys
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, did you guys get a chance to play Limbo?
I have actually played it. Played it on PS4 a
Yeah, I
while
played
back,
it on
or
console.
PS3.
Yeah, it's an older game.
I don't know if I own Limbo on Steam or not.
Yeah,
I
you
do.
do. Yeah, because I suggested you do Limbo for the stream we did a few hours ago.
Ah, that would explain a great many things. Right. Actually, we're doing really good as far as stream health. We're doing a lot better than we have been in the past.
Okay, I'm going to pause the gameplay there just to avoid going into some spoilers. But basically, in the second half of the game, there's enemies that are introduced into the game, which are basically these dark shadows. And basically, there's a mechanic where you need to hold your breath and they won't see you, but your breath meter can run out.
Oh, that's gonna suck a lot. All right.
And then if they spot you, you need to just run.
What kind of a score would you give this game, Mellow?
In a beta stage, I'd probably give it about an 8.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, that's the thing. They actually pulled off the creepy.
Oh yeah, they've got the atmosphere down to a point.
They managed to pull off the creepy, and that's actually a good thing, if you ask me. So,
Who's got the next one?
that will be me. So actually, I have a couple more games to cover than everybody else does. Just grab this here. I'm not sure this is the video I want. It's probably not. Did I get the other video? I'm pretty sure I did. All right, we'll just go ahead and do this one. This is Insincere, and this is actually something that Jim Sterling covered here not too terribly long ago. It's what got my attention as far as that went. He didn't have a great time with this game, and I thought I'd poke around and have a look and see if it was really as bad as he said it was. Here we go.
I'm gonna call him bud.
Poking around on the menu.
Are you able to screen share this, Kage, or do we need to watch the YouTube stream?
Oh, hang on. Let me Sorry about that.
All right, cool,
I noticed
thanks.
What?
the sin is highlighted in Insincere. Is this a game about sins?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I can't figure out why that
Uh-huh.
was. I haven't figured it out yet. If that helps you any.
Okay.
But I got about 20. I got a little over 20 minutes worth of footage for this.
I'm looking at the store page now and I'm expecting something a bit like System Shock.
Well, actually, it's very much the System Shock thing.
Who said that? What do you want from me?
Okay. Here we go. Can you guys hear it? This game was right cheap on Steam,
Is there any
at
sound?
least for the next little while. Whole look going on. Nah, I'm gonna shut the
Who
audio
said
off.
that? What do you want
Okay.
from me?
Get back here, you.
I am not going anywhere until you tell me what.
Voice acting is just bad. The voice acting the voice acting makes some Digihome games look good. It's really horrid.
It makes Cry of Fear's voice acting seem good.
I don't know. I haven't seen Cry of Fear. But yeah, the voice acting is just terrible.
And how much are they asking for this game on Steam?
I got it on sale, so I'm
£2.79 for me.
yeah, so about $4. It was on sale when I got it. So if that I don't know that helps you any.
How much percent off?
At least 50. But yeah, over there in that corner, you back this up just a hair. Ducked into this corner here. Jim Sterling actually got flashies right there, almost epilepsy-inducing flashies. The game engine broke, or the graphics completely broke on it. So yeah, in my opinion, what they're trying to do here is get a cross between System Shock and uh, what was the other game? System Shock. No, Deus Ex. Or actually
Deus Ex.
the original Deus Ex before, and that was these are for games that were released back in the 90s. Okay? This game was released just recently.
12th of May.
Yep. And I played it on the 16th. It would have gone off sale yesterday sometime, probably by about 10 in the morning. Okay, I want to know who it was that put this place together, and whose bright idea it was to store biohazards and radiological equipment and boxes and shit right next to the other. Somebody tell me how that works. Not that you.
Those are questions you're not supposed to be asking in a $4 game, Kage.
Didn't pay nearly that much for it. That's not the issue. And by the way,
Then again, if we're not allowed to ask those questions in a $4 game, what do you say about Digital Homicide?
Oh,
Well, I think everybody knows what my opinion of Digital Homicide and their stuff is.
If you want to ask this question,
Okay. So doors are kind of almost color coded. Some of them open, some of them just don't. But note, I haven't found anything to beat the crap out of anything else with. Mind you, Jim had had one of the radiation marked boxes that he managed to get up these stairs.
if you want to ask that now.
But
now did you buy the package for like $9, Kage?
no, I bought the package. I think the whole thing wound up. I don't remember if I got the extra edition or not.
There's a package right now on sale on Steam, Astronomic Games. At least in America, you get Atonement, Scourge of Time,
Yes, that's how I
Incitement
got it.
3.
Remember?
Wait,
Yeah,
this
City of
was this
Chains,
made by
Outrage.
Astronomic Games?
Yeah,
It's just under $9 for 5
I
games.
paid less than I paid well less than 5 for like all of them.
The thing is, I played some of their games before, and I know that they make some really good stuff for indie developers.
Mhm.
This is what I call not great. It's got the basics of some competence underneath it, but it's not what I would call brilliant, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you're saying it has something underneath, but it hasn't been executed well.
Actually, it's almost functional. It looks like crap, and they haven't it looks like what they did was they got some of their decent stuff together. They didn't bring their A game in the textures or modeling, but their implementation is at least eh. I mean, it's not bad. There's something under it that looks like it might be competence, but it's not. Yeah, it's not what it should be. It's not what I think it could have been if they had actually tried.
Atonement actually looks pretty good. Atonement, Scourge of Time in the package.
Yeah.
It's on sale for 89 cents right now. 90% off.
And yes, it was Astronomic Games that made it, and New Reality Games that published it.
Is there voice acting
There
in
is.
this, or is it
There
just...
is, and
Alright.
it's really stilted and jangly.
Because I was just wondering whether it was just the subtitles.
No, it's not just the subtitles because they've already had a speaky bit. Sorry, percussive maintenance.
Yeah,
Alright,
just expect
progressive
an
maintenance
earpiece
complete.
from someone you barely know.
All right, this is fun. Thunk. Nothing in the biohazard box, or apparently nothing in the biohazard box, because it just came apart and fell on the floor. And I'm gonna try and beat the stuffing out of that guy. Or well, no, I think abuse the computer a bit here first. Yep. See that Sparky stuff? There was a game I covered a couple of weeks ago that did the same damn thing when you hit things. This may actually be one of their earlier games, or if it's a recent thing, then it's probably a first attempt at 3D or something. Watch. Because I was actually trying to talk the 5K into flying off. You can move it, but killing it is not possible. And of course, the radiation boxes are made out of something solid enough to not actually get you killed when you beat the hell out of them. But biohazards are actually worse. Okay, now we've got Sector Sigma, and I was making some. I actually, when I did the recording, I made some jokes about that being the name of a character from a game that I've been playing recently. Come on.
I'm still confused of what you're exactly trying to do in this game.
I have for this. It has loading screens, but they're not huge, and the maps are all really tiny. I mean, they're not very big in any way, shape, or form. Of course, if you want to use anything, you have to press Enter, which is really kind of not cool. You need to find the switches that unlock the next 2 doors, Joseph, but be warned, there are hostile life forms present in this sector. Well, that's always fun.
No clue what that was.
And smack the crap out of this thing. And then we're gonna duck over here and get the pistol. Now this handgun actually serves me for the rest of the balance of gameplay, all about 11 minutes or so of it. I actually pick up coming around the other. I think in the next section, very early on, I pick up a shotgun.
Why does that hand look like it was made out of orange skin?
And this thing liked to make me freaking paranoid. Get to on my way.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it might be a.
I was paranoid when I wanted to deal before dealing with that, because I could hear the monster and I knew there was one coming, but I couldn't exactly see it. And this, by the way, was supposed to pass for a Glock. If it was Glock 17.
That's a Glock.
This might be a fun game, but it totally looks like something that would have came out in like 2001.
My favorite is he's misunderstanding. My favorite is
there was another map here. There was another map that they, on one of the other maps, they had one of the little creatures come down out of the come straight down out of the straight down a staircase, get stuck in the freaking ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
Hang on. Sorry, run that by me again. Hello?
What?
Zach is either... I thought I heard Zach talking, but I can't hear him now.
Yeah, I was talking.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
You just said 2 words.
I said this game looks like something that would have came out in about 2001, though it might be pretty fun.
Okay, there's the creature I was just talking about. See, while it's up there, I couldn't... It did that. That's the one thing
What the hell
it
is
did
it doing?
was run well on my little potato PC. See, now it's out and I can kill it. But it takes the same number of bullets to kill it now as it would have if it had just not come out of the freaking ceiling to begin with. So that's the enemy AI all looked at. That's a gorilla skull or a gorilla head. You can see it. It's even got lips. Alright, I think I'm going to spare you guys the rest of this map, and probably part of the next one. Okay, this is actually this is a series of operating theaters. with of course the double door airlock type things. But this is actually the last map I did. This is Sector 5. If I remember. So there I am reloading and alright. More med kit. I mean, if they had released this back in 2001, they said, "Oh, cool, it's indie game," and everybody would have been
Yeah, this would be really good for 2001, but now we're in the age where actually the original Deus Ex was recently remastered.
oh, and it was remastered for free.
Yeah, by a group of modders,
Yep,
I think.
group of modders. This one. But yeah, this is the best part of it. Really, is that all of the information you actually need to run this game is right there.
QA lean crouch. Why T to pick up an object?
Because reasons. Actually, most of the time I find if I walked over them,
Oh, it's because E was used to lean.
right. Most of the time I just walk over an object and it'd pick itself up. So health packs are good for 50 health. You have 200 to start with. You know, the little stuff. But the move, run, and shift are all in the right spot.
Hmm.
The one that bugged the crap out of me was enter to use things.
Oh, yeah, that I can imagine that being a pain.
Well, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time to when you're in a situation where you might get your ass kicked at any given moment. Or have one of those things just start trying to eat your face.
Hmm.
That time to actually open a door that you can't then close again does cause some issues. So as far as this goes, it's a modern game that is not nearly up to modern spec. Yeah, I appreciate what they were trying to do here, but I think it kind of falls flat. I'm gonna go for a 4 out of a possible 10 here. I mean, it's
Is
got
this in
something that
early
looks
access?
like it's got something that looks like it could be good if they had just gotten over themselves as far as ancient decrepit graphics and gameplay work that just doesn't seem that in a lot of ways don't seem to work. The controls are, while not buggy, are not not what I would call convenient. And there is no controller support.
Is this game in early access or is it a full release?
This is a full product on Steam, sells for $4.
Alright, so they can't exactly change the whole thing
Well,
entirely
they could. They
if it's
could actually
fully
do that
released.
if they wanted to. They just have to do it. They just have to put in a lot of work to do it, and they'd have to run a huge patch.
Because I do know that studio and they do come out with some really good stuff.
Yeah, most of what they've done to date is RPG Maker, though.
Yeah, that might be the main thing, just with a change in engine.
They did change the engine. I'll give them that. And
Because it's the first-person shooter thing that they've done.
yeah, and again, as a first-person shooter, you're still looking at 4, if only because I think with the amount of competence, the general level of something that could be competence that underlies it, it's just falling really flat here.
Hmm.
And no, I don't make allowances for quote unquote indie. I see way too much indie these days. Yeah, no allowances for that. Okay, Andrew says it looked better than a digital homicide game, to be honest. And yeah, it does actually for the most part.
Oh, easily. But then again, that isn't exactly something to be proud of.
Well, it's a start.
It's a start, yeah.
Okay, so Zach, I think you had something to talk about there.
He's got his mic muted.
Come on, Zach, demute. Demute, 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 demute. Come on, Zach. What happened? What's going on over here again?
I have no
I'm
clue.
not. Your mic is muted, dude. You're muted in. What?
He left the group chat. That might
It
have
was working
something
a
to do
minute
with
ago.
it. Try leaving the group chat and then rejoining. Make sure your mic is muted before you come in.
It says Google Hangouts. This is detecting his mic.
Oh. It should do if it says his mic's muted.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep. Back.
I'm wondering why it's. Okay, I'm not sure what the story is here. Because your mic
What
was
was that?
working just fine a little while ago.
Yeah, I don't know what's. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. I was saying it didn't detect a mic. So
Sorry about the. Hang on a second. I'm gonna mute my mic for a minute, and I'm gonna see if I can't fix somebody's red wagon. Maybe the blue one while I'm at it.
Okay. Okay, we'll just kill some time.
All right. Mellow, why don't you start up your next one while Zach works out his problem here?
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Go on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can go ahead and start mine.
Okay, good.
Oh, can you?
Outstanding.
Okay.
I'm gonna take him and do some things here. Let me just switch the screen share. All right, there you go.
Oh.
All right. So what we have here is during this week, I wanted to get to more of the games that I've got from developers, but really didn't get around to a lot of them. In the past, I've tended to like simulator or sim building and city simulator kind of games.
Yeah.
And I was sent one of them called Romopolis. And I played that one. It's a $4 game on Steam. You can see the full reviews on these games on my channel. And Romopolis, I actually played for almost an hour. And really not a sandbox kind of a game. It's a game where it'll give you situations and it'll kind of help you out. And really what you'll try to do is you'll have goals up here at the top, like create a shrine, create a market, and get your city to, a certain level of happiness. And you have so many resources and time and different things to actually do it in. And it's actually quite a bit of fun, and a lot more fun than it might have looked like just looking at the screen. And
Well, that's the thing with most strategy games.
yeah, I mean, for $4 U.S. currency, it's really not bad. And then there's even a discount its first week. And then right after that, right after I reviewed this game, they had a sandbox city simulator. Kind of reminded me of the old Sim City from playing it back on the Super Nintendo long ago. And it's called City Play, and it's also $4 regular price in U.S. currency with a discount. And
Was there some sort of issue with your recording software for that?
Yeah, I had some big time problems with the recording software. I tried both Fraps and I tried Shadowplay and had all kinds of problems getting this to record. I don't know what they made the game in, but whatever kind of engine they used, it definitely isn't compatible with recording software. I actually had to record it with a camcorder to get any kind of video review. Did you end up watching the reviews there, Mellow? Or
I think I saw the beginning of City Play.
Okay. Yeah, and so surprisingly, normally I would like a sandbox kind of simulator like this a lot more than something that just gives you scenarios and goals. But in this situation, these games can definitely fool you, especially when you look at both games on Steam and you look at the preview ads. I would have thought I would have loved City Play, especially for $4 a lot more. But City Play I gave around a 40%, where Romopolis scored real close to a 90% based on the price and the value. I'm sorry?
You rated it.
87%. Yeah, that sounds right. And I think City Play got a 42 or a 43% based on my scoring. So just that goes to show you, you really can't judge a book by its cover, even going by what you like, what you think you're going to like, looking at the Steam page and what sounds better. This just goes to prove that you can definitely be fooled by looking at the descriptions and the videos for games. I
City
would
Play's
never.
actually gotten mostly negative reviews on Steam.
What's that now?
City Play's actually gotten mostly negative reviews on Steam.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
yeah.
starting to want.
And I believe Romopolis is getting good reviews, is it not?
As far as I remember, yeah.
Yeah, and normally I wouldn't like a game like Romopolis that well, but I actually thought it was quite a bit of fun, and that would be my recommendation if you're looking at two different city games. And honestly, I think more people, not just me, but I think more people, if you look at the descriptions on Steam, I think more people would tend to flock towards a game like City Play, thinking it's going to be a good game, and it's pretty deceptive. So that's really all I wanted to talk about, those two games. If you guys want to see my full reviews for both these games, City Play and Romopolis, you can see why I scored them exactly how I did and why I liked Romopolis more than twice as much as City Play. Both the reviews are on my channel. Link down in the description for this video.
All right, give me.
Did you guys have any questions or?
Hi, Candace.
Hey, Candace, how are you doing?
How you doing, Candace? Welcome to the stream.
Andrew says City Play is actually not as bad as it seems, but it is lacking in information on how to play.
Yeah, I played it. Maybe I played it wrong, but I just wasn't liking the way it played. A few other things that I kind of didn't like is I believe it described in the description. You know, you build a city and you try to build it as big as you can and make your people happy and stuff like that. Nowhere in the game that I saw is there anywhere where it shows your city's happiness. There's no taxes, nothing like that. I mean, you can make income from the delis and stuff like that, but there's no tax levels. There's no happiness levels of your city and stuff like that. And I mean, even SimCity way back in like 1991 on the Super Nintendo had stuff like that. There's no power grids or anything like that. And a real big beef, which I described in my review on my channel for City Play, was the fact that there's no exit option anywhere in the game. You actually have
Close
to
it.
get the red egg, or if you have it full screen, you're going to have to hit Control Delete to get out of it. That's a big no-no in my book.
I've seen a few games like that actually.
Yeah. And I mean, having to record it with my camcorder, I didn't mark it down because I had to record it with my camcorder. I had already gave the game a score when I thought Shadowplay had recorded it. So I know somebody in the Steam, on my Steam review had said, "Hey, you're knocking the game because he wasn't able to record it with your software." No, I'd already given the game a score when I thought Shadowplay had recorded the video.
Andrew's saying that it doesn't tell you what each building does, and it's basically a mobile port made for PC.
That could very well be. I didn't even look into that to see if it was a mobile port. But my choice of the two is definitely Romopolis, even though it may not look like as good a game. I think it's a lot more fun and a lot more well worth your $4 in U.S. currency. All right.
All right.
So I'll go ahead and stop that. Who's next?
Let's see. You've got one. Let me see. I've still got 3.
I've got
All
2.
right. Let me do this one then.
Okay.
Okay, folks. This is. Let's get right down here. Here like that. So I can grab it there. This is Smashing the Battle. This was done by a Japanese, I think a Japanese or a Japanese outfit. Might have been a Korean outfit. It was probably Japanese, based on what on how on the developers' English in the forum. So, and yeah, your job, you're in here to get in there and smash things. It sounds like it should be really simple, and even after the first few stages, they introduce little bits more at a time. It gets kind of complicated.
Andrew says boob smasher or boob fighter.
A boob fighter.
Yeah, this is actually one of those that I think Anita Sarkeesian would absolutely adore for her fighting fuck toy video. The one she never gave
Right.
us. Okay.
Yeah, she would be all over this.
Oh, she should be all over it. Okay, so you get to poke around, look at all the. I poked around, looked at all the options. And yeah, here's the first bit of story. Actually, the chunk of the chunk of footage I skipped over there was actually these two chatting. This lady here is the head of security for the complex, and she was an inspector turned she has to fight now.
That's a great story. She was an inspector. She
Well, she was actually
has
wearing
to
a
fight
nice set
now.
of coveralls, so she objected when these when she was told by the other lady here to take up the armor because it did not all the pieces fit.
One thing you know right off the bat, Kage, is that no female drew that artwork. That artwork was 100% drawn and designed by a man.
Actually, you would be surprised.
You think so?
You got to think who what sort of what was it, a male or female designed Bayonetta?
Well,
That's a point.
yeah, I guess you could be surprised
Yeah, well,
sometimes.
I haven't looked at the credits, so I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. Come for the fan service, stay for the gameplay. That was kind of the catchphrase that everybody was talking in the forums.
Andrew saying you can remove the armor, which basically remove the shoulder pads.
Okay, let's actually get the. There we go. So here's our first stage. It comes actually in 3 little bits. Smash, engage the enemies. Crunch, crunch. Little item boxes everywhere. You can get your pickups. Speed, attack power. And a lot of the game is almost exactly like this. You're just gonna beat the crap out of things until they die. Just make sure you got all the pickups before you just destroy the last enemy on a boss stage, because you're not gonna get them, because you won't get them otherwise.
Hey, it's another game that runs good on your potato
Oh
there,
no, this
Kage.
one actually ran great.
It should, yeah.
And you want to know what the scary part of it is? There's one really scary thing that goes on here. This was done with Unity Personal Edition. Yes.
Really?
This
Really?
is done with Unity Personal. It said so right on. It actually says so when you first fire it up. But James and Robert have the paid version of Unity, and they can't do anything nearly this good.
Yeah, I would agree
You
with
can
that.
actually dodge through this fire and take a lot less damage. But let me tell you, trying to dodge back through it again, hot. Yep, that hurts. That hurts only a lot.
You didn't lose that much health though.
Huh?
You didn't lose that much
Didn't,
health
because
from the
didn't stay in
fire.
it very long. I did actually check that later on, and you can make yourself dead this way. You get defeated if you run out of hit points, or in a couple of cases, you can actually run out of time to finish the stage. There, a couple of these stages are timed, and usually it's just a boss stage by itself.
Andrew's calling it an effectively a poor man's Dynasty
You know
Warriors.
what? You could do a lot worse as far as uh, as far as comparisons. You could do much worse.
Yeah, now that last game you was playing, the space game, I would call that a poor man's Dead Space. And now you get...
No, I think of it. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
of it more as the System Shock ripoff.
Yeah, I guess that's
There's
true
a
too.
boss creator.
And
It
the
looks
swap.
all the boss creatures I've run into so far have looked pretty much the same. They're named differently, but they have roughly the same stats. The 960 hit points down there, and just the crap out of this a little bit more, because that's a thing that I should do.
Now this game is $11.99 in U.S. currency, 15% discount, just over $10 in American
Yep.
currency this week. Just came out a few days ago,
It's been out just a few days.
and it is not an early access game. It's complete.
Yes, this one is considered complete. One star.
You got two storylines, two heroines, tell different narratives. Be sure to follow their destiny to the end.
Well, and then you start with this one, Sarah O'Connell, and then you have to move over to the other one, unlock her. But there's
And the boobs are selling. There's almost 200 reviews for this game in the last 3 or 4
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, the boobs are a selling point.
well,
Sex sells.
even if it, you know what, a lot of people are saying that it's again, you come, they use the fan service to get your attention, and then suck you in with a really competent game.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually pretty good. It's better than I thought it would be when you
Well,
first
you
loaded
know,
it up.
and that's the same thing. That's the same thing I said. I figured, yeah, okay, maybe it'll be okay, and it's probably not going to be okay, but okay, well, give it a go. Nothing wrong with some tits on the screen every once in a while. Let's go for it.
Andrew says definitely
Yeah,
titillating.
and it's allowed. I'm okay with that. Speaking of, I'm gonna click through the other suits. These are suits that she can unlock, that I can unlock for her as we go through. This engineer suit is actually one of the favorites. I'm pretty sure everybody here would know why.
Now, did you use a controller to play that game
I
with?
certainly did.
Yep. Okay. Full controller
It
support.
does have controller support, and I was very thankful for it, actually. Right. Let's move on here to the next section. There we go. And this is story segment 2. Story segment 3 was actually just a boss.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that, Andrew. If I see this game for $1.99, I might grab it, but probably wouldn't pay much more than that for it. I don't know. What would you think? Would you say it's worth the $10?
Honestly,
Kage?
I'm going to say that its intro price is actually good for it. I've actually had a chance to play it a little bit more and get some more into it. The story is fairly well written. The localization is solid. They don't. Behind your chair, dear. But you know, it's very clear they did a lot of freaking work to get this thing running, and you know, I'm thinking it's good for at least 8.5. It does what it does. It does
Okay.
it well, and then it moves on.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good beat 'em up. I mean, pretty good smash 'em up, whatever.
I don't really have much to say about it because I've never really been much of a fan of the hack and slash genre.
Honestly, I've never been much of a fan of it either. But hey, this one it works. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. It just works. Like I was
Andrew saying he'd pick it up if it was on a sale for $5.
okay, $5 I could go. $5 it would be almost a definite buy in a lot for a lot of people. That and it's got feminist piss off value. So that's just icing for the cake. But yeah, for what turns out to be a really fun little game, hey. Good. The one that I expected to not like it was Jim Sterling, and it didn't happen that way.
Mm?
After I bought it and done my own recording of it, Jim Sterling turned around and turned up on YouTube with a video of it, and he thought it was actually he thought it was actually very nice, despite despite tits and ass and everything else.
Yeah. Well, looking at most of the games that Jim Sterling plays, this would be a pleasant surprise compared
Well,
to
he was.
most of the
I
games I've
think
seen
he
him
was
play.
expecting the same thing I was, and the game would be crap.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly. That's exactly what I was expecting.
and it turned out not to be. So that was kind of a pleasant surprise. I'm just gonna queue up the next video here, and we're gonna go on Mellow. I think it's your turn.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we know we know Jim's a big Dynasty Warrior fan. Yeah, she is kind of hot. Okay, Fervent Studio.
There's
Which one is this? This is
there's not this is Who is
who is
Mike.
Mike? Uh,
There's not much point in me leaving the audio on because there isn't much in it.
well, who is Mike is actually free if I remember correctly on Steam.
Yeah. Yeah, it's free to play. It's a free to play visual novel.
Okay.
Basically, this one might be quite short, but I did about 27 minutes of recording.
Yeah, we're probably not going to want to sit
bit-
through all of it.
Yeah. I'll explain the basic premise here. Basically, what happens is you play as a guy called Mike. You don't remember anything what happened within the last few hours or the rest of your life. And you end up finding yourself knocked out in your living room. And then you wake up to find another Mike in front of you. So the basic premise is partway through is there's obviously dialogue choices, which is the main premise of it. Your girlfriend comes in and she can't tell who the real Mike is, so your main point of the game is to try and persuade her that you are the real Mike.
Oh wow, sounds pretty interesting.
Oh, that could be fun.
And you need to do that by selecting up the multiple choices. Like she asks, "What's our anniversary?" Whether you tell a lie about feeling an attraction to the next door neighbor.
Now, did you do a complete game, Mellow?
Pardon?
Did you play the complete game all the way to the end?
It's sort of. I played it through and I got 2 different endings.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, there's about 6 different endings.
That's not bad for free. I mean, the graphics are certainly nice.
Yeah, the art's definitely really good.
9 different endings, it says.
9 different endings.
Wow, I'm
Okay,
impressed.
because I think I got ending F.
F.
It says mystery, thriller, and comedy. Rated PG-16 for strong language and violence.
Rated PG. There's blood in some of the screenshots. There's swearing all around.
Now, this game is not brand new. This game came out way back about 6-7 months ago, back in September of 2015.
Yeah, it's an older one. It's not exact. There's not necessarily anything new going on here, but hey, we're all good with that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I completely missed on this one. Usually I like these visual novels, and I missed this one.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's free to play. It's a steal.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's always really handy to save throughout because one little piece of dialogue can change the whole ending you can get.
The questions asked is who is lying and who is telling the truth? Who is fake?
The
Who
thing
is
is,
real?
you don't even know if you're the real Mike either.
Yeah. Wow.
So you're not entirely sure whether you should side with yourself or side with the other Mike. So it's basically Matrix.
I don't know what that's. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one, Andrew. That's entirely possible.
What's he saying?
Maybe it's to get people invested for a new game that they're going to charge for. I was actually looking at their itch.io page, and they're not charging for any of their games. I don't think.
That's good.
That's cool. Yeah, I was wondering that myself because I've seen a few of these free-to-play games that were actually pretty good, and I'm like, why did developers, they could make a couple $5 on this game? Why did they not make some money on it?
Something.
Yeah, I think
I'm
Andrew
always
brings up
asking
a great
myself
point.
that.
Yeah.
I really struggled to read that, but I'm assuming it was mainly just because he was saying it under his breath.
It says there's about 2 hours in this game.
Who was Mike or? Is that the length for Who is Mike, like the whole game?
guys, if you guys are interested in any of these games, all the links are down in the description below the video, including this one.
Yep, I did. Some people do, and I've done. I know I've done that. Um, I think we'll put a couple of them on Greenlight if you guys want. If I could ever get the money together to do it.
I'm just going to skip ahead here a bit.
Well, even if they don't, plan on launching or releasing a game that costs money in the future, getting the recognition and getting practice people like and getting recognition from people may also help them land a job with a bigger studio at some point,
Yeah,
for a bigger game.
I think making the first game that I make for free is not a bad strategy, because then it shows people what you can do and make it more reliable of what you can do for future releases that might cost.
The next thing you know, you're hired on by a big developer to help them work on, some big new game. Maybe you're hired on by Square to make the next Life is Strange, for all you know.
Andrew asks, did you guys catch a game called Oath of Genesis on Steam a week or so back? It was the same game as Grind Zones, the one that you got the Strike for, Zach. But it's been removed now as both were asset flips. I'm not
Wow.
sure.
No,
Yeah, I thought that was the game that you had the issue with, where somebody actually stole the freaking game and then released it themselves. That sound about right?
yeah. Evidently, I don't know. When I had found the game, I saw that it was one of those again, one of those kits that you buy, and somebody had bought a kit and made the game, is what I thought. And then when I got the copyright strike on it, somebody was saying that it was somebody had stole the game from them. So I don't know.
I'm new in about the part where I got one of the endings. I've forgotten what letter it was.
Now, how were the endings compared to each other? Was one a good ending and one a bad ending, or
I'm assuming as the letters go up to like ending A, I'm assuming is the best ending, and ending. How many did you say? 9 endings?
9 endings? What it says, yeah.
And I'm assuming the ending I is probably the worst. Yeah, basically I've just collapsed. I was kicked out of the house and I've collapsed in the middle of the street.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all, Andrew. A lot of those people, unfortunately, a lot of these games on Steam now are made from these purchase kits on, what is the website, Kage?
Usually it's one of the asset stores.
Yeah, Google Play Asset Store or whatever, and they make kits where, somebody can buy a base game and then maybe change up the sprites or the code or the variables or whatever and release their own game and charge money.
Andrew.
And the games, in my experience, there's been quite a few of them, and the quality of the games are not nearly as good.
Okay, I got ending E in that.
Go ahead and try and post your link again. I'll demote you again in a minute.
That was basically who was Mike. I highly recommend it. See if you can get the good ending first time round, but I think it'll be even more difficult than the deed.
So go ahead and post the whole link. I gave you moderator status so you could do that.
I'll stop the screen share for now so I can set the next one up.
All right, let me get on to my next one here. See if I can remember. See if I remember which one it is. Oh, I do know which one this is. Okay, excellent. There we go. Okay. Let me switch to my screen share here so the guys can see. Back out of here.
Is this going to be Lily Child Abuse?
No, it's not. I think this, if I remember correctly, this one is the guest.
The guest. Okay.
I don't actually have them labeled, so. All right. Get back over there, you. Okay. Okay. one is? I think yeah, this is the guest. I'm almost certain of it. We'll know in a minute.
I've just realised I don't have any games to bitch and complain about this week.
Yep, that looks very familiar there. Andrew, thanks for the link.
Yep, this is the guest. It is a first-person exploration game. You get to kind of wander around and figure out how the hell to get out of a place that you're stuck in for reasons you don't understand. We know who you are, we know why you are, and why you're there, but for some reason there's something else entirely going on. You are taking the role of a Russian scientist and put in a place that put in the Oakwood Hotel. Okay, time to get up. This is another one.
This game came out back in March.
Yeah, this one's been back. This one's been out for a couple of months now.
And it's half price right now. Regular $10 in U.S. currency, on sale 50% off for $5.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's about what I gave for it. So look around, and actually my frame rate's a little better than this. Took me a minute to get used to everything. I was gonna go for I was gonna try and do a complete run, and I wound up not being able to, as it really did a number on my card. Okay, that's our way of identifying you. And roughly where you are. You're supposed to be here for some sort of conference, and now you're stuck in your hotel room. And you have to solve the puzzles to get the hell out. Escape the room games are actually another one of those guilty pleasures of mine. Not that I can like not live without them, but it's if I find one that looks like it's gonna be good, I'll at least poke my nose in there and have a look around.
Looks like another Unreal Engine 4 game.
It is, in fact.
Yep.
This, to start off with, actually looks quite good for... Was this an indie game?
It is, actually.
Then I was going to say that this looks quite good for an indie game to start off with.
Well, it's getting mostly positive reviews, and 130 positive reviews to only 25 negatives.
And you actually came from Volgograd. Little tag from your luggage. But there are X number of objects that you got hold of that are in the game. See, not lucky. And of course, they got the developer's sigil right there on the front. It's actually also on the back. American blend of cigarette.
Nice.
There's these pills right there. He's out of those. But it's 4:23 a.m. and now you're trying to figure out how to get the hell out of here. And this is where knowing what you're looking for. This is where being an old style adventure gamer comes in handy. You poke your nose into everything, and you almost always will find some sort of odds and ends that will help you. And then here I went and turned the graphics quality down because my GPU was starting to heat up. I think I'll just skip that bit.
I'd hate to say what the performance was like on my PC then if it's struggling to run on yours.
It's not a matter of struggling to run, it's a matter of I don't know that you
GPU overheating.
Yeah, my GPU overheating, that was not great.
Yeah, a lot of these Unreal Engine 4 games kind of do that same thing to your laptop, don't they, Kage? I mean, you had a little bit of difficulty with, I remember, Vernon's Legacy as well, did you not?
Actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's where the fun begins. You turn around, look around at the room for a second, and I'm gonna go back in there and flip the lights on, and then things aren't gonna go quite right for me.
Now, this game did get an 8 out of 10 from IGN out of Spain. Pretty good review from a reliable critic.
You know, honestly, I'm actually inclined to agree with that number. Although actually probably not. I'd go a little lower.
But then again, you had the frustration of it not exactly running smooth on your
Well,
laptop
that's the
too.
place to
So
start. And I do generally tend to make allowances for that. I mean, I
right.
managed to get an hour of Doom without any real problems, and I've got 40 minutes of footage in this.
But you said it ran smoother than what it looks like too, just like you said with Doom last week. Because Doom on your live stream looked like it was running really choppy, but you said it ran pretty
Yeah,
smooth.
it ran pretty clean.
Might have just
Right.
been the recording.
Yeah, that probably was the
Could have been.
recording.
Yeah.
You notice I picked that up a couple different times. See, I got an achievement for that. Look down on the lower right. More band-aids. I can't pick that up again now. I don't actually need it. They won't let me take it with me, unfortunately.
Now, are there any monsters or anything in
Not
this
that I
game?
have
Or
seen yet. Most of it really kind of sticks around with the creepy. That radio there
okay,
pissed me off. Something fierce. I had to shut it off a couple different times. The bathroom is actually a second puzzle chamber. Are two more right here in the neighborhood. I haven't managed to get out of my
Andrew,
room yet, but I'm sure I'll manage it eventually.
Andrew's saying it's weird to think we have come from Secret of Monkey Island to something like this graphically.
Yeah, it is actually kind of strange. Oh, wire cutters. Those will come in handy in a few minutes. And here is actually the big puzzle going on in this room. God damn it. Cannot believe I was looking at that on YouTube. Oh, that's right. I had to minimize it for a second to get the GPU to cool down a little so I could actually so I could actually see what I was doing. Alright, I think this is actually where I started actually toying with the puzzle and managed to get it solved. Nope. There we go. Blocks moving in and out. That's paused YouTube video that you guys were seeing. Was actually a debunk of the creationists saw that Hitler was an atheist and he committed all these atrocities because atheism. Just in case anybody gets offended by seeing the word Hitler on the screen. Look, it's a typewriter key. All that crap for a typewriter key. Specifically, the letter R.
We're going into the order 1886 here. You rotate items for no reason. We're getting the order 1886 here. You rotate items around for no reason at all.
Actually, Andrew and Emma, that's exactly what I was thinking at this point. It is very reminiscent of Seventh Guest and its sequel. Yep, somebody's actually adding his commentary. The 11th Hour is the other one. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, we've got some additional commentary here.
How are the sound effects in the game, Kage? Were they pretty creepy?
Yeah, they were actually. The sound design here wasn't used. There's not a lot in terms of music. but they did actually go to some effort, as far as yeah. Uh, no, it's 11th hour and seventh guest. They did actually go to some effort for the ambient noise, which I thought was good. I would give this a 7.5 or an 8, just because it is competent. It does what it's doing. It does what it's doing well. The puzzles mostly make sense. At least they do in context. They refer to these as batteries. The guys that put this together, they refer to those as batteries. They're not actually batteries. They're fuses.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's what they
Makes sense.
look like anyway. If we're talking about, an old hotel, when you're going in there in what I think is what is supposed to be the 1980s. Now, I have not figured out what see that sigil on the wall over there? It's only there when the lights are out,
Mhm.
and I have no idea why.
Maybe it's just because it's trying to reveal some sort of puzzle
Well,
to
there
you.
is a puzzle, and I'm kind of wondering. I have to kind of. I had to guess as to what it was for, but I haven't seen. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure why. And you notice, if you were looking at the clock there a moment ago, uh, it was still 4:23 a.m. No time has passed. I've been playing in the game at this point about 20 minutes, 24 minutes, and no time has passed for this guy at all. Well, at least not according to his clock. It's like he's
Hmm.
locked in time. I actually wound up not playing. I actually wound up quitting playing the game for a little while. Um, yeah, it could be. Actually, I think the other one's in the living room, and it has different colors. Okay, I don't know where the butane to fill the Zippo is, but there were some objects that I had to have that I hadn't found, and this leads into the living room area. But if you shut off all the lights in the room proper, there's another
Hmm.
that gets you another achievement. It's the bathroom light, the room light, um, and the one in the hallway in the little foyer area they've got here. But none of these work.
Now this game is on sale for $4.99, half price right now, and it does have Steam trading cards as well, which could, you could turn around and sell on the auction on Steam
I
or
didn't.
whatever and reduce the price
You
even.
know what? Honestly, I didn't get any Steam. I didn't get any trading cards out of this.
Hmm.
I don't remember getting cards.
How long did you play for?
40 minutes and 50.
You need about an hour to get the first trading card.
These people suck. Um, See, there's the other one. That's three different colors. So the on-off thing doesn't actually work. Um,
I like it. I like some of the games that go on Steam for like 35 cents, and you can get like 8 trading cards for them and end up making $1 on them.
okay. So yeah, there's the two halves of that particular thing. I think it actually has something to do with the fuse puzzle, but I don't know where I'm missing a fuse still, and I don't know what happened to it. Soap Club? Anybody?
Like Fight Club.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That was an awfully textured soap compared to everything
Well, you
else.
got to think about that for a moment, though. They were trying to make a joke here, and I actually have this set on low right now.
Yeah, I like that. It did look exactly like that old Fight Club
Yeah, the Fight Club soap.
logo. Yep.
And I'm still hearing myself in somebody's speakers. All right.
I'm wearing headphones, so I don't think it's me.
And by this time, I've actually gotten frustrated because I don't know where where the rest of the pieces are, and I can't manipulate almost anything in this room without them. Uh,
Yeah, it's the guest, Ender. And again, the link is down in the description below the video, guys. If you want to go grab it.
So yeah, I'm gonna clip this off right here. I've only got one more game left, so it's time for you two gents to get on to get yours. Uh, let's see. Let's go ahead and get your last one there, Mellow.
All right. Yeah.
Mellow's got a YouTuber's life. This ought to be interesting.
So this is a game that
Your
came out
screen share just
early
got, your
access
screen share went sideways again.
again. All right, one sec.
Up there it goes. I had it. I
Oh.
thought I had it.
One sec. How's that?
Now I'm looking at my own screen. Why am I looking at my screen? Click on your
Right,
click on
okay.
yourself.
There.
There we go.
There we go. Are you seeing the screen
Yeah, I
now?
got it now. This is
Okay, so this is a game that came...
YouTuber's life.
Is the
Now,
sound
this
coming
looks
in?
like a YouTuber's life looks like a game that would be very popular for YouTubers to play on their YouTube channel.
Yeah. Well, I think I saw Jim Sterling do a video on this shortly after I got it.
And this is one I could.
So this is a game. This is a game that's in early access that came out yesterday, I think, May 20th, or depending on whereabouts. And I'm gonna skip this cutscene just for time.
Okay.
Basically, this is the character customization part of the game where you can pick your perks, choose your character. Depending on the perk, you get certain attributes in your YouTube career. Depending on your perk, you also get like sociable, you get along with people well, romantic, you get along with females or males correctly. Superstar, you get better videos. The topics of your channel, there's only gaming available right now. And they're adding the next ones in later on. And no, Felix isn't my real name, I just chose that.
So
Wow, this game's making some money. 274 reviews, so it's probably sold at least a couple of thousand copies
Oh yeah.
since Wednesday, and $15 a pop.
Yeah, mainly because I think it was on the front page of Steam yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you start off living in your mum's house with 0 subscribers, 0 views, and you have tasks at the bottom left. Now, it works a bit like The Sims, sort of. You have a hunger meter, you have a sleep meter up at the top left, as well as your current amount
Cutie
of money.
Mellow.
Yay. Oh yeah, that's the real name of PewDiePie, I forgot. I didn't get it at first.
Cutie Mellow.
Where was I going again? Oh yeah, at the top left there's a skill tree, which I'll talk about a bit later. Basically, I can record a video. This is me setting this stuff up.
And because you have a potato, it takes forever to render them
Yeah.
and upload them.
So depending on what the scene is in your game, you need to make an appropriate comment on that.
Hmm.
And then
So you have
the
commentary then, maybe.
type of stuff you do, and the more points you get into each category. And then this piece is sort of like a jigsaw. This is the editing process. You need to make them fit into each other, but they don't always go in well. So this is the final result. I leveled up in script. And I think, no, I leveled up in sound as well. Still get annoyed by the time it takes to publish a video. Yeah, you're also attending college at the start of the game, so you need to go off and study.
Yep, in the hallway.
Yeah, in the hallway.
Going to school, I just have to go out into the corridor. No, I didn't watch the Jim Sterling video at all.
Yeah, you can also use your PC to go shopping. You can buy new games. You can buy a better computer components. You can buy consoles, and I'm never doing that.
Now, is this what I'm seeing legit, Mellow? I'm looking here at the Steam page, seeing that you're a friend of mine, and you've played this game 3.4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's my latest addiction. I love it that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. It looks like it might be pretty fun. Looks like about the biggest way that I'm ever going to make a big YouTube star.
Yeah, it is still in early access.
By the way, the video ended up finishing while I was out, and I'm starting to get subscribers and views. And I'm getting 11 cents.
Cool.
Yeah, those games I can quite afford because I've only got 20 bucks.
Yeah.
I've wasted it all on different computer components.
11 cents. I think that's what I made last month on YouTube.
and
You're doing better than I am.
I'm
with that
making
cell.
17 cents on one video. Webcam, video resolution, microphone filters, orientation are just the same until I can get a better one. Move ahead a bit. Oh yeah, this is when the packages came.
Upgradey bits.
He doesn't need to open them himself. I can just open them out of thin air.
Oh, of course.
Another thing
You
is,
gotta
if you
go
do
buy
about
the games and
what we saying,
you got to buy the games and buy new computers and do all kinds of fancy stuff in
Yeah.
this game.
you also need to work as well as study. Because there's some part-time jobs that can pay well. That can pay up to about 80 bucks.
Wow.
And if you don't study, your mum will get angry at you, and then ground you, and then knock the computer off for a few days.
Oh.
Amazing on instead of Amazon. That's cool. I like that.
Frequently amazing. With Julia.
Also, I think you might need to change PC World though, because that's an actual store here in the UK.
Lawsuit.
Nah, probably not actually.
And there was also another thing that I could see a lawsuit from Nintendo because there was a Pikachu hat in the beginning.
Yeah,
I made
Andrew
the
says
wrong-
PC World is kind of like our Best Buy.
I only have one scene there. Another thing that I like is if you do too much of the same video, people will get bored and you won't earn the same amount of revenue, and you'll also lose subscribers along with it.
Again, your number of views will run down.
Yeah. Things start to get a bit more complicated as I go through. Like, I also have friendships that I need to maintain. Yeah.
So if
still
you succeed at this game, Mellow, and you make $1 million in the game, does that mean you're made to be a YouTube star and you'll make $1 million in real life on YouTube
I
as well?
have no clue because I'm only at 300 bucks in the game.
Takes a while then, huh?
Yeah, it takes a long while. And as when you reach the next sort of level, I'm going to call it, things start to get a lot more trickier because hunger meter starts to be a bit of a pain to keep maintaining. Because food starts to not fill up as much, which I find confusing when you're leveled up.
Oh, you did really well on the whole editing there.
Mm.
Ooh.
I think it was because I got editing the video up.
Actually, you've got a question over there, Mellow.
Have I? What is it?
Asking if you're from Middlesbrough, Andrew asks.
No. I've actually never even been there. And my mum's waiting to, and I'm just walking the back of my mum. Oh. This recording quality is just sad. An accurate representation of the YouTube comments.
Looks like you need to eat and sleep there, dude.
Yeah, but I'm working. And I leveled up to level 2 eventually.
I do wonder if this game is a little bit overpriced for most people. I see here on my Steam page that I have a whole bunch of YouTube friends that want this game, and only one friend, Mellow, who owns the game. So I'm kind of wondering if people are waiting for the price to go down or a sale, or if they're just
Possibly, but I'm gonna say at its current price, I think it's worth it.
Is it worth the money?
I think it's worth the money at its current price. Like, there isn't much to do in the first 15 minutes, I think, but as you progress, there's a lot more stuff to do, and it brings quite a bit of a challenge.
Mellow, you know this game is made by Digital Homicide, right?
No.
He wasn't faulting. So 3.5 hours in, Mellow, what do you give this game on a score of 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10...
Or a 1 to 100, whatever.
Ugh. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say...
Okay, using my scale. I'm using my scale that I use on my grades.
using
Value,
your scale.
1 to 40.
Value,
So,
I'm going to say maybe 34 on value.
34, okay. So, fun out of 30.
4 out of 30, I'm going to say 27.
27. So 34 plus 27. Next one is controls and bugs. How well is the control? Is there any bugs in the game that you noticed?
Control is... Camera is a bit of a pain at the start, and I noticed that there was 2 hard crashes through my 3 hours of gameplay. So what was the controls and bugs out of?
So we're out of 20.
Out of 20. I'm going to say 13 for control and bugs.
13, okay. Sounds fair. And the last one is graphics and sound out of 10.
Graphics and sound out of 10, I'm going to say is maybe a 9. There was
Maybe a
one
9.
audio
Wow.
issue.
The graphics are pretty good.
Yeah, graphics are really good on it.
You had it all up, you get an 83.
83 then.
There you go. Sounds like a fair score, actually.
Man, that was an idiot move of me. Good doing a cool greeting in the middle of the video.
Andrew, noticed that so far tonight, most of you have really liked the games that you've played, and that's probably a little bit different than most weeks when it seems like we just have a lot of garbage up here.
Yeah, I said before there wasn't any games for me to bitch and complain about this week.
I ditched most of my garbage early, so.
Well, I didn't like the city play or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, this is where things start to get a bit more complex.
Oh, wow. I was going to ask you earlier if all you did was stay in your room and try to be a big YouTube star, but you actually have interactions with other people too in this game.
Yeah, like
That's
I'm
cool.
invited to conventions by a few of them as well, but I need to get $100 for a ticket.
You can get married?
You can get married, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. This game is a lot more than I thought it was then. That's super cool.
And you also earn talent points. This is where the game crashed on me, I think, when I entered the talent point menu.
Certainly doesn't see you doing anything at the moment.
Yeah, because the game ended up crashing.
Yep, there goes.
YouTuber's life has crashed. I wasn't exactly sure what caused. I wasn't exactly sure what caused the crash to start off with until I entered the game again.
It says become a celebrity. You can become more popular and eventually meet other famous YouTubers.
Wow. Oh yeah, because at conventions you can encounter other YouTubers, but I've been blocked off from them either for certain reasons.
Yeah, I was thinking the whole time that it was really just about you though, and buying stuff, and I didn't really think you could go out in the world and have any kind of interactions like The Sims or something.
Oh, there was much more.
Yeah, that's cool.
My guy is just so tired, and I'm pressuring him to talk with someone because he hasn't talked with them for ages.
You still have to make $30.
Yeah.
For thy ticket.
Editing the video has gone up.
Oh boy, no. Did you hate it when that happens?
Only a lot.
Did I actually catch the convention?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
Oh, was that it? Was that me booking the tickets? Yeah, I think it was. Because I went down from $110 to just 10.
even though this game looks like it might be a good deal at $15, I still really get the feeling, looking at you play this game, Mellow, that this is going to be one of those games that's going to be on fire when it first comes out for the first month or 2 or 3.
And then everybody's
But
gonna
like a
forget
year
about
from
it.
now, like nobody will be
Yep.
buying it.
Yeah, I can sort of see that happening, but I'm hoping it won't because I still think it's still going to be a good game, especially
Yeah, I mean,
since
it's an early access, so if you take 9 months or a year to fully develop it, it'll be even better a year from now.
and there's
But
also
even though
some
the rage will probably
scams.
fall off.
There's also some internet scams that you can run into here that you'll need to watch out for. Good catch.
Hello, friend. Yeah, it looks like a pretty good game.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
kind of
also
impressed from
promote
the
the
footage.
videos that you do as well, but I decided not to because I was getting a decent amount already.
Andrew says seems like a really realistic game. What does he know though?
Well, unfortunately, I wish it was quite that easy.
Yeah, if it had copyright claims and copyright strikes, then it would definitely be
Yeah.
legit and realistic.
Here's an
Putting
example
videos
of
on a
something that you
board.
can do outside of it. You can go to a party with your friends.
That's cool. Different kinds of clothes you can wear.
You just wear whatever you want, and there's also later on in the game a clothes shop opens, and you can get formal wear for normal events. You can get casual wear.
You know, the thing that, and I'm looking for it here, the thing that would take this game over the top would be if it would eventually went online and you could compete with 20 other people in an online game, over
Yeah, that might be
time
really.
to see who would be the best, your
That
biggest
might be
YouTuber.
really cool. Even if they just like put in some sort of leaderboard, like who has the highest amount of subscribers, who has the highest amount of views, that
Yeah.
would be cool.
That would be cool. But that's where you could come into an early access game like this, and if the developer is, really responsive to feedback, maybe they'll take those kind of suggestions and implement them into the game.
Yeah.
I
So
know
this-
that I've left developers feedback already, and even Kage's seen that with what's that game, Falling Star?
Catch a falling
Kage?
star.
Catch a Falling Star, which I left feedback for, as well as that Escape Close Call. Both those developers took my feedback and implemented my ideas into their game. So it can be done.
There's tasks that you can get at the party, and then if you fulfill them, you can get a certain object. In this case, I'm going to get a new pair of boots if I get 5 people's phone numbers.
Oh, cool.
But also at the top, I have a time limit to run on.
You only have so much time to do that.
And I think the recording software started to bug out a bit after this mark.
Well, you actually.
Oh.
You're
Because I think
almost
there's a
done
few
anyway.
freezes.
You're
Pardon?
almost out.
What recording software do you use, Mellow?
I use OBS.
Same as I do.
How come you guys don't use Shadowplay?
My computer won't use.
I've never
Shadowplay.
tried out Shadowplay.
Oh, it won't even
No,
run it.
and
Okay.
MML's
That
got a
would
better.
make sense.
It has got a bigger potato than mine.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
tried using Fraps
I didn't
with
know-
this,
I didn't
and
know
Fraps
Shadowplay
doesn't
was
even
that
seem to work.
Wow.
Like, it seems to record it, but it doesn't seem to save the recordings.
Oh.
Well, again, my issue, of course, is that I've got a mobile chipset and Shadowplay doesn't work on them, like at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right.
Well, that was YouTuber's life.
Okay. So, Zach, you've got the next one.
Whoa.
Whoop. As soon as you get off my screen share.
All right, let me go ahead and bring this up then. And this, I don't know, why I got a game like this, but I was surprised when I looked it up on Steam. I hadn't even heard of it. And this is Warhammer Total War. And I know I've heard of Warhammer before. I know they make a lot of games. But when I had a Steam code for this and I looked it up expecting to be a $15 game, I was surprised. $60 retail game.
Yeah, it's a AAA game to be released here in a few days.
Yep, it comes out, I believe, Tuesday. and not even out yet. And I got a code for this game. And the funny thing is well, I like the idea of these kind of war kind of games. I know a couple on Steam when they went on sale, like I believe Rome Total War, something like that. I really haven't played enough of these kind of games to know what the hell I'm doing, but this one looks like one that could be a really good game, as you can see here in the introduction. Actually, are you guys seeing it or not?
I haven't seen it.
No.
Okay, hang on.
Andrew and Emma said, so if Kage has a potato PC, Mellow must be using a PPC. No, I was thinking he was more like an overspec rock.
Probably the PC version of a Nokia brick.
Here we go. So this is the introduction for Warhammer Total War.
This is Warhammer
and as you can
Fantasy,
see in the
looks like.
Yeah, Warhammer Fantasy. It describes itself as a turn-based, war strategy game. But the cool thing is the war battles are actually real time. So you got a turn-based game and then real-time battle scenarios, which I think is pretty damn cool, especially when you look at the graphics. And I haven't played a lot of these Warhammer games, so I'm definitely not a Warhammer fan. I know I played Warhammer Online and MMO like way back in like 2008, but besides that, I haven't played any of these big Warhammer games. And I know a lot of people like them.
Warhammer actually started out as a tabletop strategy game, similar to Warhammer 40K, and it also had a Warhammer Fantasy role-playing game as an alternate option.
Okay.
I actually played both of those. I mean, I played way more 40K than I have Warhammer Fantasy. I'm still kind of upset about my army.
The bad thing is I can almost tell you guys that for both of you guys, Kage and Mellow, you're probably going to be out of luck with this game. Even if it's really well optimized, I don't think either one of you are probably going to have very much luck playing this game. It could surprise you. I mean, I was surprised that Doom played on your computer, Kage.
I have no chance.
Yeah, I didn't look at the specs or whatever, but thank God I just built my new computer. I
was lucky to get Fallout 4 running at 20 frames.
So here you can see in the main menu, I have a game guide, which I was kind of looking at, trying to figure out, a little bit of how to get going here. And you can do a campaign, or you can do a battle, or you can do an online battle. And it tells you have an advisor and armies of the tools commanders used to contest battles. Each one contains a certain number of units designed for different battlefield purpose and hopefully a battle-winning combination when deployed. So this game looks like it's really advanced with all the different options and everything like that as I kind of read through it. So I decided to go ahead and jump into a new campaign to see what this game kind of offered. And here you can see you have 4 different factions to select: the Empire, Dwarfs, Greenskins, or Vampire Counts, which is more like kind of undead. And each one has its own faction mechanics and play style, which you can read about there, and even victory objectives that you can look at. And then once you select, like the Empire, for example, you can select a faction leader, and you can kind of see the faction effects with that leader. And you can also select the difficulty down in the bottom right. And you can kind of look at all the different stats for your armor, leadership, speed, and handgunners. You have all kinds of different armies and units that you can take into battle with you. And your loading screen here.
Actually, Zach, I'm going to tell you something right now. This potato of mine, I can actually run this off the HD 4000. It'll look like crap, but I could do it.
Think so?
Oh, I know so. It says so right on the minimum specs.
Oh, there you go.
It actually mentions the Intel HD 4000, and I've got 12 gigs of RAM.
I can tell without even looking at the requirements that mine won't be able to run it.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with this. And it starts off, I like the cutscenes here, kind of how it shows you. I like the graphic style. I like, kind of the story kind of giving you some lore as to what's going on, depending on which lord and faction you decide to go with. And pretty impressive little city there. Almost felt sorry for this guy looking at his face and his eyes.
He's blind.
Your armies and your statues, and let's go ahead and move along a little bit further into the game here. So this is where you start your scenario, and it's kind of a tutorial to kind of show you, how the real-time wars or battles work. And the Goblin army lies ahead. Emperor, they are preparing for an attack on your town. Artorf, see for yourself. So you can move across the battlefield using WASD. Hold the mouse wheel in and rotate the camera, which is what I was kind of doing there. Looking at the town that I'm protecting here and armies that I can control inside. And then you can see the enemies with the red bars over the top. And once I did that, it kind of started the battle. And kind of showed me how to move across the battle, how to select an army, which took me a little bit of getting used to. But like I say, I haven't played a lot of these kind of games, but it's very responsive. And I was impressed at how well all these different armies, the frame rates and everything like that I was getting. So here you can see there's literally hundreds of different soldiers and units on the screen right now at once. And I'm still, getting over 50 frames per second. And I noticed in the graphic settings as well, when I went to the graphic settings, which isn't in this video, but all the graphic settings were maxed out at like ultra. So you're seeing some, pretty much the game's best graphics here. So yeah, I'm sure if you turn down a lot of the graphic settings, or it'd probably do it automatically, you'd be able to run this game on computers that are a little bit older and stuff, laptops.
That of anything but a pea potato.
You never know, Mellow. Maybe it would run on yours, but you probably wouldn't have the quality or the frame rate here. I'm not sure.
I probably wouldn't. I'd have to turn it down a bit to get it to run if I don't want my computer completely overheated.
I've just never really played a lot of games like this, and I don't know if it's just because I didn't have the computer power before or what, but I think it's pretty cool that I got sent a copy of this game right after I built a new computer.
Hey, Hypershot, welcome to the stream. Mellow, Hypershot here has a question for you.
When you do a live in Rocket League, I'm not entirely sure what he's asking.
He wants to know if you're ever going to do a live stream in Rocket League, I think.
I might if I get OBS working.
So here you see you have total control of the camera in this game. I liked being able to go down and kind of watch the battle scenes here. Almost felt like I was watching a Braveheart movie or something, except fantasy. Now here you can see the enemy is retreating, at least with that group of guys.
How are you going to score this out?
I haven't played this game enough to give it a score, but it looks like it's going to be at least an 8. I mean,
it looks it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's probably going to be even higher than that. But yeah, it's hard for me to know because I haven't played enough of these kind of games. But as far as graphically and performance-wise and everything like that, this game looks like it's got everything to be a great game.
I'm going to tell you right now, mind the fanboys, because apparently a score of a 9 in some of these cases is too low. And I know there's lots and lots and lots of Warhammer fanboys, so.
I can tell just by looking at it, I can just see right now my computer struggling to run this.
Get your gunners there. I mean, you can tell by looking at just the way the different units move and stuff like that they it's pretty convincing. Those are big trolls or ogres or whatever. And then the gun, these ogres come and smack 3 of them at a time. I thought it was pretty good. The trolls, that's what they are, trolls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those things are actually quite expensive if you're putting them in an army. I'm sorry, that's back to the original strategy game.
I was just more in awe of watching the battles, I think, than trying to figure out any kind of strategy to win the game. I figured I'd probably win pretty much no matter what I did in the opening battle anyway. And that's pretty much what happened.
Running away now. Flee! Somebody on speakers.
But it looks like a pretty cool game. I mean, you guys may have played more games like this than I have. Does this look like a pretty good one from what you guys have played?
I don't actually play these. I don't play games like this very much.
Okay.
Mellow may, I don't know.
I play maybe the odd 1 or 2 every once in a while, but I don't play them on a regular basis.
I can see why these games are popular looking at this game. It looks like a game you could probably sink. This really looks like a game if you got into it, you could sink hundreds of hours into a game like this. I could see.
Yeah, there are people that do, especially when you're talking about dealing in the Total War series. I actually have a large chunk of the Total War series.
Now here you got guys, and these are like spider creatures or something. I don't know what they are.
They're spiders.
But they're like half human too, or something.
That would make them driders, which would be a little different. I don't know. I haven't seen one up close enough yet.
Yeah, I was trying to get some close-up shots of one here in a minute. They're retreating pretty quickly, though.
Oh no, that's people riding spiders.
Okay.
Now that's orcs riding spiders.
But I mean, even the brush and the trees and everything just looks fantastic in this game.
Oh, he dropped in from Mellow Reviews. Mellow.
All right.
So then we're about to the end of the video where I quit recording here, and it says you are victorious, which I figured would pretty much happen no matter what I did in the first battle, and I think that's pretty much the case.
Well, they got to build up confidence somehow before they crush you.
Exactly. Then they give you a big world map, and this is where the turn-based decisions come in, I believe, is right here. But even the world view, I mean, looks pretty nice.
Yep, somebody else wants to comment too.
How old?
He's 21.
How old?
He's 21.
21.
He's 21 months, or he was on the 12th.
So it shows you how much money you got, and you have menu options, and I guess you can build your armies and kind of explore the world and
take over
try to conquer.
Try and conquer big chunks of Spiderland. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with all the spider webs in that area of the map too. So I was really just trying to figure out the game here, and but it looks like a game I could get into if I can ever find enough time to put any time into it. But I was pretty impressed with that game. So any of you RTS, battle, like what do you call those RTS games?
Strategy.
You might want to look more into that.
I might actually.
That game comes out next week.
Yeah, go ahead and kill your screen share there, dude. I think you're out of footage, aren't you?
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I'm out of footage.
I've got one piece.
That leaves one left.
I've got one piece left. This is Lily, Child of Geos, and we found this one on. We actually got hold of this one on the cheap here a few days ago. And I recorded this one. I actually had it sitting for a couple of days before I decided to record it. Finally got around to recording it yesterday. So let's have a look. And this is one of those I picked up because I thought it would actually be really good for short people. And it is that kind of nonviolent, sort of, mostly. This is Lily.
Oh, the elusive island.
Well, she actually has her own voice acting, at least for this first part.
Oh, does she? I didn't hear it. I was just deciding to do the voice
Yeah,
acting
you
for
were
her.
deciding to be a twerp. It's okay. It does happen.
Yeah.
I actually did go up there and look at all the fun stuff. Tried to adjust the graphics so it didn't cook my poor computer. All right, and okay. Now, as far as the controls go, they can get a little squirrely from time to time. Simply because you don't actually have a. I didn't actually have a real firm grasp of where I was at any given moment. Some things will block you, and other things just won't. You got your quest markers, and every person you talk to is a new friend, even if they're being stupid. You know, that's actually there's actually a key press that will make that change for you, but it gives you the opportunity to make those changes. But most of the story is told by talking to the residents of this area. These guys are constructs, and we'll get to see a spirit here in a few minutes. But those are the only sorts of creatures on the island, or at least the only ones I've seen. You've got the odd bird. Your primary goal in this is that you came here because you were working on a magical botany class, working on a thesis for it, and see where you if you could get samples here that you needed to do that.
Hmm.
Of course, this guy here is taking being very, very ill. Uh, hello, Noam. Hello there, Mr. Chavez. I'm afraid we don't. I don't know any. I don't know if any of us here speaks a lot of Spanish. So,
Google translates even it can speak Spanish.
well, no, I know what he said. He doesn't speak very good English.
You know,
All
this
right.
game, this game Kage is pretty impressive. Like I say, I played this game about a year and a half ago, and I was pretty impressed with it when I played it as well. And the developer Bitmonster also made a survival uh, online game called Grav,
I
which
do have a copy
was
of
a
that
pretty.
actually. I have a
I'm sorry,
copy of that. I hadn't connected them actually.
of
Yeah.
Grav.
Let me just check it. Let me see something here. All right. The store page here. So you get a little hard hat here. This game normally goes for $9.99, and I think I picked it up for about $6. While it was on the midweek special, it's actually been on.
You can
It's
get,
been on my wish list for a while.
yeah, you can actually get this game for just over $1 on Kingwin too.
Yeah, I haven't been checking Kingwin much lately, so right. You can click on doors and ladders and stuff, etc. Um, yeah, we're not actually playing. We're not actually playing Minecraft. This is actually our news and reviews stream. We do this once a week on Fridays. If we can explain that to, if you can translate that for me,
Right.
Zach, are you listening to
Every Friday.
speakers?
No,
Huh. So where am I getting this echo from?
nope, I got a headset on.
Okay. I don't know.
What's this game called
This is
again?
called Lily, Child of Geos. Lili.
Hey, Bebes.
Hello, Perez. Welcome to the stream.
Right, I've translated.
Hey, find someone helpful in town. Oh, I while we were doing that, this is a spirit. They are They are the way it comes out is they're pretty much masked assholes. They created all the constructs and they treat the constructs like dirt. And he just
Mhm.
treated us like dirt. So uh, a lot of the buildings are made out of stone, but all the constructs of the spirits are apparently wood. So looking at your little fleshy body, or Lily's little fleshy body, she's not isn't particularly appealing to a lot of them. Okay, meat girl. I didn't. I have, but in this playthrough, I didn't actually find her spices. I should actually go back and do that. Okay. That one there is design. That one there is the broom one. And let's go meet Trainer because actually that's the boat we came on, by the way, that we were just seeing. Some funky little birds that leave paint on the deck. It's, the instructions were to look for the red roof. That's the trainer. I don't know what he trains, but
This game looks to really be an underappreciated game. I mean, as nice as the graphics are and as cool of a little game as it is, I really think that
it's badly underrated. I think.
yeah, this game should have sold a lot more
Well, and
copies
that's
than what it
actually
did.
why I wanted to cover this one this time because it could use the attention. It's not going to hurt anybody. Right?
I'm pretty sure I remember playing a game similar to this back on the GameCube.
Well, I'm sure you did at some point.
I can't remember the title of it though.
They have a couple of flowers. We grabbed up a half a dozen flowers here. I think it was actually total a half a dozen flowers. They're just kind of hanging around it's hanging around the countryside. You can see them. You can play. You can play friends and make nice and a little bit. I only have a couple of minutes more footage here, so on this information fish thing, we actually saw this thing first. The first time we saw it was on the beach, and it was being obnoxious. I know what that means. Okay, that's my 12th friend. He doesn't want to talk because he's got to get to an interview. There's the mailbox that runs around.
You just said that normally. Oh yeah, there's the mailbox. It runs
And
around.
I can kick the crap out of the local crockery to get money. There's another.
I do like the graphics and the art style in this game, and I mean the
Oh
colors
yeah.
are really, really bright and vibrant too, which is one thing I like about it. And the creatures are all kind of charming as well.
The sort of reminders of the Wind Waker HD version off of the Wii U.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, here's where I get into trouble.
Oh, neat, a spirit.
Yeah, something's wrong. Yoink! He just took all the flowers away.
Yeah, look at you now, flowerless.
Later, ham face. Yeah. But I did stop and pick this other flower before I went through it. Before I went back, so I had at least one to take with him. To take to him. Actually, it looks like I still had four. He only took the guy. That spirit only took 5 flowers as opposed to taking them all. So this is about the time I decided to wrap it up because it was starting to get over 95 degrees in that computer again. Now it's not 95 degrees Fahrenheit, folks. It's 99 degrees centigrade. I could almost boil water on my GPU at this point. I decided it was time to move on. All right, and that is it for that.
Nice.
And at this point, I wound up getting into a conversation with somebody else. But yeah, that would be Lily, Child of Geos. It's a fun little. It was a fun little romp while it lasted. It's something that I will go back and play later because I kind of like to look at some of the advancement stuff. Why? Because I'm just stubborn like that. Okay, so I think we've got about 30 minutes here. So let's go on. Let's go on to our favorite community, our favorite chunk of the community. Shall we?
Might as well.
Okay. Let's go to the.
Oh, look at that. Digital Homicide's latest games on recent submissions.
All right. Hey, Luke Odom. I haven't seen you in quite a while. How you been, man? You haven't commented on you haven't even commented on one of my videos for a good while. But then I stopped making them for a while too. So yeah, we're all good. I haven't seen you in a while. Jellyhole, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here.
We're just getting everybody in and it's ending
Well,
soon.
we still got the green light section. We're good. All right.
Yep.
So, just to give you an idea, I actually said I would talk about some of these here. The new stuff that's come up. Mellow put me on, showed me this a little while ago. All right. And
Can you do this? Can you do the screen share?
give me a sec. I forgot about that. Let me just. You stay there. And we're going to have audio this time. This is the Steam Greenlight trailer for Not in My Crapper. Is everybody else hearing me finally here?
Yep, I can hear you.
I can hear it a bit.
So this is what
Oh my god.
This has gotten a vote on this has already gotten a vote up from me.
Well, Jelly, you know, we were doing a little. We just finished up the review portion, so.
And plus everybody has different tastes.
And the sad thing is, this game here is going to sell a lot of copies just because it's that old, you know, same way all the Poot games sell a lot of copies on Steam and stuff like that.
I'm literally not even sure what else to say about
All right then. Description. Dan's had it. Time after time, he's put up with family interrupting him while he's taking a crap. But when aliens from Toiletron invade his bathroom, it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. Defeat Turdzonians and their leaders to restore peace to Dan's bathroom. Collect stakes to purchase upgrades for Dan's crapper in the refrigerator shop. Buy special crap attacks like the Dingleberry Assault and Shart Attack. Upgrade Dan's ankle shuffle speed, crap power. Can you defeat the invaders from Toiletron and restore Dan's faith in a man's right to take a dump in peace?
Well, they definitely put a lot of thought
Well,
into
it's
it.
different. It's at least a different blurb this time, and unlike some of the others we're going to look at here in a minute. But this piece here is just thematic of the others. So, up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with how many games. I can't even imagine how they can put out so many games at such a rapid
Well,
pace.
you have to understand this is their fourth game in as many days that they put on Greenlight.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, and for our next abomination, we are going to show you another thing.
Project Lounge.
What?
Just seen a game on Greenlight called Project Lounge.
There it is. This is a Steam Greenlight trailer for Assault on Zarturs 2, Revenge of the Zartursians. This should look somewhat familiar to some of you.
Does Digital Homicide have any shame left?
No, they don't. They have no shame.
No
At
shame.
all. I don't think they had it installed originally. That's a couple of days after they had 5 games all mysteriously greenlit at once, including Wyatt Derp and Wyatt Derp 2.
I think Zach did nothing to do in that trailer except from laugh.
Description: seeking retribution, the Zartursians have returned and are ravaging the colonists who settled after your victory. Return to Zarturs and defend the colonists from invasion. Enjoy an all-new perspective and get up close and personal with your enemies. Use your upgrades and missile techs to defeat crazy boss encounters to see how far you can make it. Enjoy the varying playstyles, endless missions, and awesome upgrades. Endless missions is not a surprise. Now look at this next bit. The feature list. Awesome ship upgrades will help you on your missions. Multiple attacks to get yourself out of tough spots. Tons of awesome spaceships trying to destroy your ship. Fun boss fights that will test your skills. Blah blah blah. Endless play to see how long you can last.
I'm awfully interested in that second discussion that was on that page.
Go back to it. Oh nope. Get back. Nope. Back there. Come on. Let me just put this back out here because I want to show you this.
Not on my crapper.
Okay. Awesome crapper upgrades will help you defeat the Toiletrons. Use multiple crap attacks.
Crap developer.
Does that sound familiar? I think it does. Oh wait, that's right. I was gonna do it. Let's just do it this way because we already know what I'm looking for.
I wish life was as simple as that, as you could upgrade your crapper.
Yeah, I know, right? This is a Steam Greenlight trailer for Assault on Zarturs. This looks familiar too. Doesn't that look familiar there, Zach? How about you, Mellow? You seen this before?
No, it's totally unique. Oh, tons of originality right there.
Oh, see, even the multi-attack like that. Really big missile attack.
Zach's gonna pass out.
I don't think. I'm starting to wonder if he can even breathe. This is why I didn't want to go for too many games this time around. Because Zach had to see this.
Oh, can you guys hear me laughing? I'm not laughing at you, Kage.
We can hear you laughing. Trust me, we hear you.
All right. I didn't know if my mic went out again or not. So.
Thank you for voting. That's all they can say at this point. They can't exactly say, "Oh yeah, we've got this brilliant thing. We've got this brilliant thing." Oh, thanks for voting.
Okay. Now, to give our 3 viewers something to look at for a moment, let me show you something here. Because we've actually
4 viewers.
Well, okay, 4 viewers. This is Crog Wars. It is already released on Steam, as it's just dying to tell me.
This is originality at its
Oh, yeah.
best. Top notch. Top
The only
notch.
difference between this and the White Derp and Withering Kingdoms games is that this actually has them in a little formation curve.
But all of them have generic sprites that they stole somewhere
I
from
don't know.
somewhere.
I can't prove that they stole them. And as such, we can suspect that they did. They might have. They might.
They bought them in a package for $17.99 on some site or something. Who knows? But they certainly didn't create them themselves. I will bet money on that.
Shooter 6. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for voting. Well, okay. They can thank us for voting because people did actually vote for that. Enough to get it for it to be one of the first 2 games in a number of years, or in quite a long time, to actually get greenlit. They also managed to greenlight this time around mini attack submarine, Wignite penetration,
White Derp 2, and
2, and what was the other?
Withering Kingdom Arcane
Yeah,
Wars.
Withering Kingdom Arcane Wars. Okay, so this is the Steam greenlight trailer for Withering Kingdoms Arcane War 2. Yes, that's right. They just got the other one. They just got the previous one greenlit, and already you can get the sequel. Right, you can get both Attack or Assault on Zartars and Assault on Zartars 2 were put up on Steam greenlight, one the day after the other.
If you guys waited a month, I give it a month. You could probably buy all 30 of the things on Steam for 99 cents.
No, I don't have to.
Or on some website.
I won't have to. I won't.
I mean, why would they need to? They've already got them up on itch.io.
They've already got them up on itch.io.
Yeah.
And they owe me keys, itch.io keys, for every one of them that goes there, that winds up on itch.io. And then, when they actually release on Steam, I then get Steam keys.
I'm gonna go on a spending spree when they come out.
Okay.
I'm paying about 79 cents for the same game 4 times.
Okay. Now, just to give you an idea, let's check out Wyatt Derp 2 Peacekeeper, just to kind of rub it in a little bit, and of course repeat myself from earlier today, because we did actually look at this. Oh look, does that look familiar to anybody?
Oh no, that's really unique.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that, a top-down shooter. Never seen that before by Digital Homicide.
Well, even then, you can tell exactly what they did, because when you bring up the escape menu, it shows up.
Also, another funny story is I was playing the itch.io version of Withering Kingdom, and I shot an enemy, and it went, and I apparently hit it so hard, a cowboy came flying out of the asset.
Oh damn!
Oh wow!
Somebody forgot to take out the Wyatt Derp. They didn't quite
So
get
change
it.
the background, change the sprites around, call it a new game,
And then
They
apparently
didn't change it. They just left them in and put stuff over the top.
Jeez, that's even worse. This is project flipping, folks. This is a thing that we should not do and really should not tolerate.
and should not buy.
Unless of course you're getting them because you bought all the other shit for $1.50.
Yeah.
I actually will not have rights to a whole 3 of their games. According to, based on that particular bundle, a whole 3 games.
What will you ever do if you don't own every Digital Homicide game? I don't know how you would live.
You know what I would do? I would probably just buy them and then use that use that to hammer them. Let's see, what do we got?
There's no way. I can tell you now. There's no way one ball to win will be able to get greenlit because it's like at number 2,181 on the rankings.
Well, those games would be Six Nights at Susie's, Temper Tantrum 2. Actually,
Actually, one sec. I'll get my math aside up.
wait a minute. Somebody's missing. Looks like
Somebody's missing?
Something went missing in here.
Okay, one
'Cause
sec.
there's only 27
I'll
entries,
read
and
them
the
out.
third game is missing. Oh, it was Assholes.
Okay,
Assholes is missing. The original Assholes
Is
is
it?
missing from this list.
Oh no.
Ooh. Wait, what was the ranking for assholes?
Way down there.
No,
let's
the
see.
assholes are still there. They're the designers and developers for all those games.
Oh, nice. That's fine
Well, I
then.
don't see any design in any of these games, to be perfectly honest with you.
It was rank 410 last time I
Yeah.
checked.
What, Assholes?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's on Greenlight anymore. I think it looks like it might have got taken down.
That should be the new selling theme. Buy any game, get the assholes free. For developers.
I'm still going to say Decimation of All of Athenal, Tooth Revenge, and Flurry of Arrows are going to be greenlit this weekend.
My expectation is the next time around they're going to take the top 200. If they follow the current,
The top 200.
if they follow their current pattern, they're going to take the top 200.
Then that means the three above, and then Who Flung Dung, Operation Vial Strike, Assault on Orion 7, ALT, Bomb and Run, Temper Tantrum 2, Coastal Carnage, Grimace's Journey, and Reginald's Nightly Duties will be greenlit if that's the case.
Absolutely. They're gonna about half of their current inventory will get greenlit, and it'll put a bunch of the rest of them in range.
Yeah, Hov and Helideath mainly.
Yep.
Because that's at number 443.
Hmm?
Hov and Helideath is ranked number
You wouldn't know what quality
443.
was if it bit them on the backside, dear.
Maybe they need to go back to school and learn it.
Well, you know.
Just retake coding class.
Yeah. We'll take a class on just. Well, I think really they probably should start off by taking a class in breathing in and out. That might be a place to start.
We're all going to be biting our tongues when they release the next Minecraft that goes viral and become billionaires.
Right. You know what it looks like they're doing? They're actually editing them all out. They're actually editing their freaking lists so that they get most of the same type of games up there. The ones that aren't the types that are being greenlit, we're probably going to see the rest of them. We're probably going to see the rest of them die. So when did they take that one down? I don't know.
Well, let's think. It was up yesterday when I
It was up
checked.
earlier today.
I remember. So they've just deleted. Maybe they deleted it when Not in My Crapper was put on Greenlight because that's a similar logo.
Yeah, no, it's no. Assholes is missing completely. It is not here
One
anymore.
second. Like I'll look into it.
And then, yeah, it goes Hovering Heli Death and then Hidden Forces Assholes between them at about number 410. But if you look, if they take the top 200, that puts Hidden Forces up next at 428.
Just had an idea. It'll probably still be on our website. Yep, it is. It's still up on their website.
Is it?
Yep, and it still has the green light image. And maybe even possibly.
Pass me a link. I did not realize they actually had it on their website. Means they probably did it here just in the last little bit.
Well, the image file is still up on the website, but I can't find the game under the list of Greenlight games, so they might have removed that as well.
Okay.
Unless it's put on H.
Come on. Which one? Which window is? Okay, good. It's getting into the right window. This is probably we're gonna leave off Digihom here right after this. We're gonna do the regular green light stuff.
Hmm. It's just completely gone.
No, it was here a minute ago. I actually saw a flash of it. Let's look on the. See, there's the list of games that got greenlit that have been greenlit. It's not there now, but it's still on there. It's still on. It was still on their.
It's still on the main
It's still
page.
on the main flash on the main page flash. So there it
That's
is,
with
right
games
there. As a
made
matter
with
of
love.
fact. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they've got listed for itch.io.
I've checked that. They don't have assholes listed there.
Well, no, they haven't had it on itch.io in a while.
They put the beta up, but that was it.
Well, apparently they took it down at some point, and there's no servers for it. So, what I want to know is why it insisted on insisted on making an internet connection to my computer. I want to know how that works.
Hmm.
And this website's being way too slow. We're gonna not do this. Screw those guys. All right. So
Okay.
let's actually do like a proper green light here. We got about 10, 15 minutes. We can do 2 or 3. All right. So, panel chat. Let's see what we got.
If there isn't any from the chat, I'll just pick someone out my hat.
Actually, we're gonna give Zach the first shot at it. We need a genre.
Let's go.
This is a visual novel. It looks like it's cute. I've already voted it up.
Let's go anime.
Okay.
I don't think there's an anime filter, is there?
Is there not?
No, there's not.
Okay, how about
There's RPG, Zach.
We're already gonna do that one for you, Mellow.
how about adventure? Let's do adventure.
Let's do adventure. Okay. Let's see. The unclogging us, and it's oh boy. There's gonna be some real fun in here. World War Pixel. I don't know about that one. All right, let's just skip this first one here.
What is the death story down there? What is that?
We'll go back and look at it in a sec.
Look at that.
This is a Steam Greenlight trailer for Discrepant. Except that there's no trailer. There's no trailer.
Just screenshots.
That's what happens
That's
when
actually
in green light.
Greenlight
You don't even
used
have
to
a
not put
trailer.
trailer up.
There's a dead girl on the sidewalk.
You have a flashlight in a canteen, basement.
That flashlight is crap.
Maybe the description can make light of there being no trailer.
Yeah. This is just some screenshots of level 1 of game. Gameplay videos will follow shortly. This is just the first look. And the develop.
So we're really early.
Yeah, so we're really early. This is supposed to release in early 2017. Discrepant is a dystopic mystery sci-fi adventure game set in the strange town of New Haven, Connecticut. Oh, excuse me.
Tight.
Good night.
Oh, I didn't see that one coming. From awakening to the rumblings of a distance explosions to the shocking screams of a man falling to his death right outside your house, you are thrust into the middle of a world where things are just not quite right. Okay. A man falling to his death right outside your house generally would qualify as not quite right. Weaving your way through the disconcerting situations and uncomfortable environments, you seek answers. The anxious and confused wireless voice of Margaret, claiming to be your wife and seemingly just as lost, is your only link to sanity, your only guide to unraveling why the world is falling apart. Every hour of every day, the Muffin Man roams the streets, cleaning up things that don't belong, and it seems that you don't.
Uh-oh.
You have but 1 hour to find the safety of the transition room, otherwise it starts over and you are back at square one. And just how many times have you been trying this? Discrepant is set in the genre of movies like Dark City, Donnie Darko, and The 13th. explore. Now it says it's a sci-fi, and it looks kind of like a modern first-person wander about walkie thing. I don't see any sci-fi here. Do you see any sci-fi here?
Mm-mm.
No.
Maybe we'll get back. We'll come back to that when it finally gets itself a Steam trailer. So let's look.
Yeah,
Let's
good
look at
idea.
the comments. No video equals a no vote. Okay. Um, fair enough. I can understand why he might think that. All right. Now, what were you talking about there? Death Story, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, action adventure platformer. All right, give me just a second here. Let me intro this thing. Start loading. This is the Steam Greenlight Kickstarter trailer for Death Story.
Hey, at least it has a trailer.
No shit. Unlike the last one, that was kind of surprising. So, I was sure the Arcanum was just stories made up by some writers to scare children into sleeping. Oh dear.
Death Story. Now I get it.
Posing to hinder pursuers. And they're going to pay for their crimes. And they don't. And somebody gives no shits about. Ooh, Team Deco, Kitty. Music by Mango Kitty. Oh well. I'm sensing a theme here in the development team.
Sort of reminds us of Ori and the Blind Forest.
Actually, I'm actually that from that last image put me to mind more of Child of Light. I don't know about this. Oh, she just looks silly.
It's the child of the Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper's devil daughter.
So in the end, it's a
It's
platformer.
a platformer. It's not
Basically.
anything, doesn't look like anything fancy. It does actually. The art style is consistent. I'll give it that right away.
Mm-hmm.
It could be interesting. It might not. It could be complete crap. So, platformers, though, are actually really careful when you do platformers, because the slightest fail in the physics department will just kill your game.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially like those guy games. I want to be the guy. In other words, similar to it.
Oh yeah, I've played it. I want to be the guy guiding, but that's it.
Well, people have played so many platformers and so many well-done platformers like Mario that they expect a really smooth and addicting kind of gameplay with platformers, and if it's not that, then they're probably gonna. Yep.
The Emperor. They did this with Tarot. They did. Yeah. They did. They did this according to the Tarot.
It doesn't look too bad to me. I think I would vote that up,
I
though.
think I will actually.
Yeah, I'd vote that up, definitely.
That looks like it could be fun.
There's no way I'm gonna vote any games down now after seeing the statistics, though.
Yeah. Vote them all up and drive DigiHump back down the list. All right. Okay, let's do Mellow's RPG. Because
Okay.
We know that's
we
what he
already
wants.
know that's what he wants.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a good
No,
RPG.
There's literally nothing wrong with a good RPG. It's a question of getting a good RPG, though, and that's kind of
Especially a good RPG and RPG Maker.
I don't know. You could. I've
Those
seen
are
it.
pretty
I've seen it
rare.
happen. I've seen some really excellent ones that have been handed out. Free. All right. I think we actually covered most of those. MMO racing action. Yeah, let's not do that.
What is West of Loathing? Have you
I
looked at
have
that one
looked
yet?
at it. I actually voted it up.
Really? Okay.
Something we haven't seen.
Nothing new there, huh?
Huh? Well, no, actually, it's
What's the one in the top left?
it's stick figure style. It's an actual RPG in stick figure style. Okay, this one
Okay.
says it's a turn-based adventure RPG with 300 plus maps and 25 hours of gameplay. Okay, I'll go. I'll bite. This is the Steam Greenlight trailer for the Unclogging an Unsanitary Saga.
Where do they come up with these games and these names?
This is RPG Maker,
RPG Maker.
but it looks like they actually did some. They actually, whoa, looks like they actually did do some work with some of their assets. Not all of them, but I've noticed the characters.
Yeah.
That's like Dingleberries. Okay then. Okay, this is an RPG full of puzzles, combat, and poop jokes. Telling you ready to fire. Wait. Okay. If you say so, that's what I thought I saw. Just you guys say so. We're fine. I'll get full hot dog. Oh God. Oh. Okay.
I didn't quite see that last bit of text. You might have wanted to make it a bit bigger.
How about I let me guess. I'm gonna dress up like a whore to get in that room. For somebody called Whoosh. We've been waiting for this. What is it? Laxative. This is gonna take a while to repeat because I just love the cheerful tunes. We pick a key off a dead body. So exciting!
I'm not sure whether to like this or dislike this.
I'm not sure what to do with this either. To be perfectly frank, I'm kind of wondering where the. I'm kind of wondering what the hell what was going through their mind.
Must have been a kid who thinks fart jokes are funny.
Oh, that's too bad. Maybe I'll just shove this ring down my pants. I have a little hot dog who needs a collar, and that was the piece of. I think that was the okay. We'll do it. Soon enough, there will be nothing that can wipe the asses of the masses. The people will panic, and then there will be chaos.
Oh.
Could he have made that any bigger?
Yes, he could have. Well, I'll give it one thing. They definitely have their comedic style. They subscribe to a specific version to humor style they stuck to.
The Unclogging an Unsanitary Saga.
Alright, let's have a look at the description then. Message too long to put in comments. Thanks for all the replies, even though there's a lot of hate. Either way, it's always good to have input. Definitely urge you to play the demo. There's a demo. We'll have fun with that. Oh, and it's a Google Drive link. They have the first 3 chapters.
I might get that real quick.
I'm gonna grab it right now, as a matter of fact. Just not with Edge. Copy. Go over here and paste it up.
Download. Download anyway.
I think everybody should. Save the world from being covered in excrement. Note this game is complete and ready for immediate release. Turn-based adventure/RPG, 300 plus maps, 25 hours of gameplay, and that's if you know exactly what to do and where to go. The full game is over 500 megabytes, lots of graphics and music, all free for commercial use. Okay.
There you go.
And it was done in, it's been completely redone in RPG Maker MV. Which means that which means that I'm going to upvote it, and I will probably get a copy when it comes out.
Yeah, I've upvoted it as well, and I'm downloading the demo.
Nice.
Download the demo.
Get it?
Download the demo. The demo has been downloaded. I'll pull that out. All right, let's see how much hate he's been getting. That can't be that much.
RPG Maker garbage. I think it's just people complaining about how it's just another RPG Maker on Steam.
Yeah.
Darkevil services@gmail.com. No, I won't be dealing with that. That's a marketing offer. They want to cut. Visual novel, shitty first-person horror games, RPG Maker games. Greenlight used to be original in its shittiness at one point. Now it's all derivative, copy-paste shit flooding the service. You know, that guy there, I think he's got an actual attitude problem.
You should just head into games with an open mind. Oh, wait.
I admit, judging from the thumbnail, I thought it would be a shitty 3D Unity game. Instead, it's a shitty RPG Maker game.
Carl Pilkington, that's a member of
this guy here, Chaotic Pesme, he has no idea what it actually takes to do. And he didn't watch the trailer. Yeah, they're right. They did get quite a bit of hate on this. I'm kind of wondering what the...
It's because it's an RPG Maker game, I'm sure.
In some places. RPG Maker game about poop and dick jokes. No thanks. Well, okay, you can no thanks it. Honestly, all the downvotes really aren't going to matter at the end. I will vote it up for a couple of different reasons. Number one, because if enough people do that, then Digital Homicide may actually be denied a game release. Okay.
I got one for you, Kage.
Hit me.
Okay, so go to Massively Multiplayer.
Okay, click off the RPG. Go to Massively.
See if you've seen this one before.
Go to Massively
Okay,
Multiplayer.
look. Let's see. Are you on Greenlit or?
I'm actually in the Steam client.
Okay. Looking at a game called Gateway to Summoning. Have you looked at that one yet?
Nope, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, Chronicles of Bulimia. I was meant to try and organize an interview with the dev.
What? Oh yeah.
You just know what I mean when you push past Chronicles of Bulimia.
Actually, yes, we do like Detention. We did actually like the Detention game. I'm kind of looking forward to getting my hands on a copy of it to review there. And I'm not sure how that name is pronounced. It's Chinese, and my Chinese isn't great.
I'm pleased that I got to review Detention, and I'm pleased that I was able to pick up the demo.
Yeah, we actually have copies of the demo running around. No, it was called Gateway, Zach?
No, yeah, Gateway to Summoning. As opposed to another game I played recently called, there it is. Look at that one. See what you think.
Right, let's have a look. This is Steam Greenlight trailer for Gateway to Summoning.
Greenlight.
And Zach thinks this looks cool. We're gonna find out. Game by Naradox Interactive.
I
I
don't know
like
if it's
the
cool or not. I can't tell.
nice howl there in the moon. All right. Hands. We have hands. And a fiery rock in the left hand.
Amazing. Oh my god, game of the year.
Really, yeah, the textures aren't very impressive.
Is this single player or massively multiplayer? 'Cause
Multiplayer. It's
both
actually got a single
and
player on it.
It says it's either multiplayer or multiplayer, single player or multiplayer. The reason I had you look at it was not so much that I thought it looked cool, is because when I look at it and I look at the trailer, it looks like deja vu to me. Like it looks like 10 other games that I've played.
It probably looks like quite a few of them. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised to find that. Oh, there's an axe.
I'm
It's
wondering
actually a
why
very
people-
pretty axe.
I'm wondering why people suddenly talking about detention
Well,
again.
probably because it's been. Okay then. So that was the thing that happened.
What?
Let me run it back a sec.
What the hell is the green light stuff?
Huh?
The hell is the green?
I don't know.
The
I have no idea.
the green
I do
light,
know that this game's already been greenlit
and it will be coming out on Steam.
someday. Ooh.
It says funding unsuccessful,
Oh, that's the bit I was looking at.
so maybe it won't be coming out.
Right. This is the thing I went about coming up here. He's gonna. I don't know what that green is.
What does it mean when funding is
But it means
unsuccessful
that
for a game like
they
this?
did a Kickstarter and it didn't work. Watch. No damage to the tree. Until it falls over after 4 whacks. And then whatever the green stuff was kind of flows into you, and then he walks, and then you walk away. Oh, I know what they're asking for. They're asking for our opinions on the Greenlight trailer for detention. I'll break that out in a minute.
Alright.
We actually played we actually had a review of the demo, which actually went over quite well. I like the look of the demo. How about you, Zach?
Yeah, for detention, yes.
Quite
I really enjoyed the demo for detention.
I actually voted detention up, as a matter of fact. But it should be greenlit sometime in the next while and a half.
I hope so, because it's the #2 most popular game on Greenlight.
Yeah, at that point it better be. What the hell? Something just threw that wolf back at you. Oh, look! Throwing fire spell at the giant! Now we're gonna run away and teleport out.
So many of these kind of games coming out. I mean, you can't talk about any kind of game though. There's lots of RPG Maker games. There's lots of these survival games. There's lots of every kind of game nowadays. It's like,
And you know, the thing is, RPGs live and die by their stories.
true.
They don't ever hang completely on their graphics. All right, so as a result of popular demand, we are going to grab detention real quick, and we're gonna look at the Steam Greenlight trailer for that.
Guys in the chat, thanks for joining the stream. Make sure you hit that like button, guys.
Feel free to subscribe. We're always up to take recommendations. This Steam
I'm
Greenlight
actually
trailer
really...
for detention, all 33 seconds of it. There's really not much to say with this that we haven't already said. Nice floating
Not
chair
really.
there, I like it. And a noose. Nooses are bad.
That sort of foreshadows the spoiler that I was going to try and not show during the demo.
Okay. So that's that one. We have a slightly longer gameplay, an actual gameplay trailer, which, if I remember
For 1
right, was
minute.
full of nice jump cuts. Yeah, it's full of nice. It's all full of jump cuts.
I think I could probably make a better gameplay trailer of the gameplay that
Well, I
we've
don't
done on
know.
the stream.
They go off. They go to the trouble of showing off the art style, which is really good. But we're not, and a little bit of the way the game plays. So that's how I knew that she was playable, or
Mm-hmm.
was why I asked you if it was actually if she was actually playable.
Yeah, she is.
Um, but they're not showing. But it's not showing a lot of gameplay so much that way.
They're acting as if they're ashamed of the gameplay when they shouldn't be.
But I think you covered detention first, didn't you, Mellow?
I think you did a game before
Yeah.
me, before detention, didn't you?
I get with me,
Yeah, you
Zach.
did Tapper Heroes.
Yeah, I started with Tap Heroes and then you did detention. So it's going to be probably about. So if you guys want to see more footage of detention, it'll be probably about 30 to 35 minutes in. It's about where that's going to start. 30 or 35 minutes into the stream, and we're just over the 3 hour mark. So if you haven't seen those bits yet, then you're certainly welcome to go back and look at it after it's posted to YouTube, and it will be posted directly. Okay. Let's see. This one's already been released.
Sentu Gaku and what? Sentu Gaku and
It's
Revival.
Gakuin. Well, give me the store page.
Sentu
There we go.
Gaku.
This is in
It's
early
in early
access.
access.
Sento Gakuen, a random school in Japan filled with delinquents, perverts, and of course some good students. How will you spend your
Wait, is it
days?
free?
Find your own path to choose, make friends or foes, the choice is yours. Uh,
Is it free to play? Oh,
Available
never
to be
mind.
announced 2016. So,
It technically isn't released yet.
well, the Steam listing is up, and it's in the list.
It was
It's in
tagged
the
as free to
upcoming.
play.
That's quite a lot there.
Yeah, it's been tagged as a free to play on its Greenlight page.
No, in that case, I'll stick it on the wish list, and somebody will tell me. Free to play indie, massively multiplayer RPG early access.
The developers tagged it as an RPG massively multiplayer free to
Well,
play.
they don't have. It doesn't appear to have a single player mode. You get yourself dressed up and you go run around.
Has there been other Sentu Gaku games released?
I don't know.
Because looking at the subtitles, acting as if it's an addition to a series.
As a revival, could be.
Never mind, there is one on Steam.
I don't know. Let's check out the developer. PST team, they self-published. Nope, it's the only one they've got, and it's free to play to be announced 2016. So
Oh, apparently Sentu Gakuen was an online visual novel that you could play in the web browser starting January 1st, 2012.
oh really? I wonder if it's still up.
Let's have a look. Apparently it is.
Yeah, you would think so.
It was mainly used as some sort of dating system.
Huh. How about we pop a link down in the chat there in case anybody wants to see that.
Let's see, can I do it? Or...
Yeah, you can do it. I think you can. But you should be able to. Hold on, let me just check.
No. Sorry, remove any web
Hold on.
addresses and try again. Actually, I'm going to see if I can find the actual game instead of the Wikipedia page. Here we go.
Well, apparently you can't. You pass it to me on Steam, and I don't seem to be able to. Yeah, go ahead and put something in the chat too. Something else in the chat. Send me the link on Steam, and I'll post it, or
Okay.
Zach can post it, or what the hell, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I can do that.
Apparently, it's still being used.
That's gonna take a minute to put together. All right. So, what else we got today? We got about 15 minutes here, or so. Let's do. I don't know. Oh no, bugs. That's probably not gonna go very well.
Should we have a look and see if any games that we've covered previously have been green or anything?
I'm not sure. Here's one that I looked at a little while ago. Now, if anybody's been those people who are regulars to the stream will probably have seen the other game that I dealt with, also called Abduction. That was 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is the Steam Greenlight trailer for Abduction, virtual reality horror game from Red Iron Labs. You can play this without Steam support or without virtual reality support. They say it looks better that way, but
What was that noise?
What was that noise with no question mark?
It started when I was young. I was 13 when I was first abducted.
turn that up a bit. Red Iron Labs.
What was that noise?
One of the things that
Yeah, it
noticed is the
started when I
developer
was
for
young.
this, he's actually
I
active
was
in the forums.
13 when I was first abducted.
He's taking criticism like a champ.
Alright, that's good. Digital homicide, yeah, still in it.
Hey, somebody upstairs?
Now, that's about more than just
It
that,
was
too.
scary.
They have a lot to learn about a lot of things.
New phrase. That's not right.
Can't wait to see this lawsuit bounce back in their face.
Well, it sort of already has.
Well, but again, I've seen the file notifications and fires.
And people think you're lying. That's why I started keeping a diary.
Now this one just has some shit.
Yeah.
I don't like the torch because it does exactly
To
because of
remember
what
to get
it's
help.
doing there on the wall.
In fact, let me share my story with you.
Because every flashlight should spread out. You shouldn't get a fine focus beam like that.
Yeah, the lighting isn't very good there.
I can use
That
this.
spaceship looked cool in the backyard.
Okay.
This animation they got here, they did say they were going to fix it when I called them.
Okay.
I also called them on the use of blue grays for this, but I don't know whether if they're going to do anything about it. You got one. I think.
It's on Kickstarter as well. That game might actually be cool with the Vive.
It might actually.
Halloween 2016. Just a shame I don't have a Vive.
I don't have $800, so there's that Dark Evil Dan
What was that game
Gaming
called again?
Gov
Abduction.
.tf. Okay.
A lot of
Yeah,
posts
there's
there.
a lot of posts. It's been kind of busy. They like the idea of this guy here, Monster Peanut, absolutely adores the idea of the aliens. They actually like those. Texturing, that's just something else I talked to them about.
Now that I'm thinking about it, we haven't actually had many alien games
We
on
haven't
Steam. We've
really.
had tons of zombie games.
This is their this was their response to my original comment. I'm gonna back up a page and give you those. Two of two. A couple of quickish notes. There's another game that's really terrible on Steam by the name of Abduction. You may want to consider adding to the name of this game somewhat so their terribleness doesn't rub off.
Also, as opposed to
Yeah.
Abducted that we played, which was terrible.
Next, your aliens are the new ubiquitous grays that have been part of popular culture for most of the last century. Maybe a bit of a change in that department. The walk cycle for those could use a bit of work too, I think. It wasn't completely clear from what we saw of them through the closet door. Well done enabling VR without requiring it. Splitting the audience and leaving most of them out in the cold is probably not a great idea. I'm gonna upvote it on the off chance it does get through Greenlight. It'll be interesting to play and review. 2 of 2. Might I suggest you also that you see what you can do about replayability? I know it's not much for a lot of people, but it goes a long way towards the overall value of the game as well as catching gamers that might not have really nice budgets. Just stick with.
Yeah, procedurally generated maps and replayability is huge. I think.
They're doing something else entirely with that actually, and that's the thing that they addressed when I went there, when in their reply on the previous page.
Oh, okay.
Just stick with it and keep the lines of communications open. Around here, that's the difference between a successful game and one that gets hammered. Just ask Digital Homicide. I'm pretty sure they laughed. I can't say that they did. Red Iron Labs. Here we go. Great feedback and tough questions regarding voiceovers and animation. I hear you guys. This is good critical feedback, and we need, and it is going to evolve tremendously. We've been a little sidetracked on the depth of the implementation, and should have polished up some of those sooner. About replayability, it's critical to me that every play experience is unique. We created a fear engine for the game that randomizes a lot of it, even the probability of things breaking and what happens to your character when the fear level is high. Generally, there are
Okay.
3 outcomes. You escape for now, you die and come back as a different human in a different place, or you get abducted and deal with being on the ship. I won't spoil it too much, but all 3 options give you an advantage of some sort and are randomized.
That
Nice.
sounds cool.
There are some complex mechanics we are debating that could make dying a few times a necessity. So that's a developer that's actually doing that's actually got themselves together, and that's usually the mark of one of the better games. Optional. It looks like it's going to have gamepad support. They can use the OSVR, Oculus, and Vive, and they're looking for more headsets and input devices at this point. So, yes, I did in fact vote it up. All right, I think that pretty much covered. I think that'll pretty much. I think with that, we'll wrap it up today, or at least for the week. Probably be back sometime in the next while and a half to do another another review the dev thing for Digital Homicide, since we've got a bunch of filings that we can go over. Sometime eventually soon, maybe. If I get a wild hair up my crack. All right. I still find it very amusing that Digital Homicide are trying to crucify Mellow, despite the fact that it was me that got him that drug him into it. I want to know how that works.
It's just their logic.
Yeah, who
Or
knows?
lack thereof. All right, guys. Anyway, thanks for coming.
Mellow, Kage, it's been fun working with you. Thanks for you guys in the stream. Be sure if you're watching this video later, you guys give it a like. Be sure you comment down below, and we'll see you next
And
week.
if you guys feel like supporting the channel, there's plenty of links down below to that would really help me out in getting some new stuff together. So, with that, we will bid you adieu. You guys relax, stay safe. You know how the world works, and let's make games fun again.
Take care, everybody.
Click that.
I was holding that coffin for the last 5 minutes of the stream.